Got no energy, it's early. I just had coffee, maybe an hour. We'll see.
PLO5 with MJ saw this 2-day event get 14 entries and a total prize pool of 294,000. The second day started with a final table of 5 players, and they're playing down to the top 2. First place playing for 192,000, second place playing for 102,000. I'm standing here with Okii. Okii, well done on your 9th place here at the Welcome to Pretoria. Tough grind. I think a late session end last night, coming back today. I know your objective was obviously to navigate the field as quickly as possible. You're an experienced guy. You've done this before. Tell us a little bit about your experience and tell us, we just spoke about it before and you said it was a little bit, there was one hand that you could have picked differently, but that happens. What would you have done differently and why?
Yeah, I started the day short stacked, picked up a few hands. There was a few hands maybe I should have shopped earlier. I think I just choose a bad spot to put it in on a raise there. Yeah, but it was all right. No.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, first event, first cash. How does it set you up for the rest of the series?
Yeah, that's lucky to catch the first one. Just to get on the final table. It's nice. So it's it can only go better.
And Okii, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the series. I'm standing here with PokerBet Pro Jared Solomons. Jared, well done. Just won the PLO5 event with MJ. And how does it feel taking the big boss down?
No, it's always pretty sweet when you beat Mark, obviously. Especially, I think he's won pretty much every one of these he's ever hosted. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of good cashes overseas and a decent name to take down. But overall experience of the event?
Yeah, amazing. Great structure as always with MJBT. 5-card PLO is like a really fun format of the game. I think it's probably one of the most up-and-coming, versions. I think very, very popular. Nice mix of a lot of luck and decent amount of skill. And yeah, it's just a fun tournament. Something different. It's cool.
And just for the viewers out there, what are you looking forward to for the rest of the series? What tournaments are you going to be looking to take down? Are you going to play in all of them, or are you navigating it strategically?
So a bit of both. Obviously, time's limited, life's hectic, but we'll definitely jump into the Mega Million today. That's a 25k. Probably play the high roller. It's 50k, and then the main event. Obviously, it's going to be always good value and just nice to be at the table.
Well, Jared, thanks very much for your time. Well done on your win, and we'll see you, and we hope you do well in the series. All right, so I'm standing here with MJ. MJ, good showing in that comp. This has been your stalwart event in this. What does it feel like going into it every single time? Obviously it's tagged the PLO5 with MJ. It's a cool event. Everyone's enjoying. It's going to become more and more popular. How do you navigate these events and do so well in them all the time?
Okay, let's have a little bit of fun. Firstly, let's thank everybody that played in this event, and a big heads up to Jared for beating me heads up again. I'm having a bit of a bad run heads up at the moment. I've lost the last 3 heads up in a row. This time we were evenly stacked, and the last 2 times I actually had just 2 huge stacks in Cambodia. But anyway, barring that, it was really fun and cool event. We'd like to have had a bigger turnout, but the buy-in was quite high, and it was also on a Wednesday night. But yeah, I really enjoy the game. I like all forms of pot limit Omaha, and pot limit Omaha 5 is quite niche. There's not too many of those tournaments around the world, so we've had a little bit of fun. Obviously, Jared Solomon's a very formidable opponent to play heads up, and wishing him all the best for the rest of the series.
Yeah, you know, you alluded to the fact that you're having a bit of a bad run heads up, but it's no small feat taking on Jared Solomons. I mean, Jared is a professional. He's a poker bet pro. He plays all of your series and he does well and is good showing. But your successes in Cambodia and all of that, what has gotten you to that stage? Like, how have you become so good at navigating, considering that PLO is not the biggest game in South Africa yet, but it is certainly a growing game?
Yeah, so the overseas events weren't PLO events, they were just normal Texas Hold'em events. You know, I suppose losing heads up consistently is not a bad problem to have. At least I'm getting there, you know, so it's not too bad. I've been working pretty hard on my game. I've got a few of my mates that are helping me. I'm trying to study and try and understand a bit of this GTO stuff. I mean, I'm an old dog with my own styles and my own ways, and I've been playing and love poker for many years, but I'm trying to start understanding this game, and I've got to thank a lot of my friends out there that are trying to help me and assist me, and so far so good in terms of the results. But more importantly, let me take the opportunity to welcome everybody to Times Square Casino and to the SunBet Poker Tour. Wishing to see you all here for the next 10 days. It's going to be awesome, guys. Massive guarantees up for grabs this afternoon or this evening. We're starting with a Mega Million, 1.5 million rand guarantee there. We have the MJPT Cup, first time you're having something like that, and that's a million rand guaranteed with a big envelope of 300,000 rand. So I mean, you just have to knock out somebody and you win 300k. So that's pretty awesome, exciting. 50k high roller coming in. Of course, the main event, 5 million rand guaranteed. Satellites every single day and twice a day to get into that event. It is the biggest guarantee main event in South Africa, so come down and have some fun and enjoy it. And to you guys, Nick, thanks for a great job that you're doing. I know we're having a few issues with the audio and this, that, the other, but we're going to get around it, and wishing everybody in the series the best of luck.
Actually misread my hand. I thought I had 8-9 suits in my hand, and the blinds, I was next in the big blind, so I decided, you know what, let's get it in. And then Max thought about it, called. In terms of ace king, I looked down and see 9-3 instead of 8-9. It is what it is. What can we do?
Years of practice, I don't know. It's just a game I play.
And we love to see it, and very well done in your performance.
Aggression wins poker tournaments. You've got to strike some fear into your opponents and keep them guessing. So passive play just blinds you out, like happened to me at the end. And it's tough to pick up good hands, and sometimes you've got to represent something and make people guess.
Definitely not easy. It's you kind of know what you're supposed to do in certain spots, but sometimes you play from the heart, not from the chart. So I just think what range I put my opponent on, and play according to that. Not what they're supposed to do, what I think they're going to do.
It was good, it was fun, and the real game was only the final table, honestly speaking, and lots of flips. The last flip went to Max, but overall I think a very good start for MJPT and SunBet, and a good start for me. I'm looking forward. Last year I did not play much poker, but this year I'm hoping to get back to my mozo and have some wins.
Would be
very, very lucky today, to be honest. Yeah, no, it feels great. It's always nice to win a trophy. So yeah, first event, awesome. Yeah, really happy.
And we are live. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the viewers out there, and welcome to the general poker community. Welcome to the SunBet Poker Tour at Times Square. Ladies and gentlemen, we are off to a biggie today. It is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Our tech team has been working for the past 24 hours to get the tech right, and we are there. We are excited. We are energized. And I just want to welcome everyone to the box. My name is Nick Gara, for those of you that don't know. The ever mercurial, the GTO wizard, Jamie.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
And our very own Andre Agassi of the poker scene.
There we go.
Yeah, boy. How are you feeling today, Chris?
I'm 100% bold. I'm absolutely fantastic. Yeah, no, good. Looking excited to be a big day. Mega Millions field is looking rather intense. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to have a spin up there, though.
Absolutely, yeah. And in the interviews you saw last night, a lot of the players come here for this event. This is one of it's one of the flagships, and I mean, it just pays testament to how many pros and non-pros and professionals, like working professionals on the field today. Jamie, you were walking around earlier on, and you were amazed by the names that were in the field. Does this add pressure onto us as commentators?
It does a little bit, but I'm excited. I can't wait to watch some high-level play, share some thoughts on the plays that are being made and how these pros approach a big tournament like this. I'm super excited.
Nice. And look, yesterday, incredible day. Lots of highlights from the PLO 5 to the pinnacle of the final table of what was the Welcome to Pretoria. Max Davison just devastating. He just absolutely ripped through that field. He was like a bull in the china shop, and we actually had that analogy for him yesterday. It was like watching a lion hunting. He was just waiting for his prey, the right opportunity, and he pounced, and eventually ended up winning the entire comp, which is just incredible. Chris, exciting times. We're on to the 25k Mega Million here. We've got a featured table of note, the likes of Darren Kramer, Solly's on the table. I mean, he won the PLO 5 yesterday. Stephen Courtney, Sugi, all the names that are big names in this community. And what an incredible time we have that we can actually sit here as commentators and comment on the likes of talent that's around this table. I mean, and obviously the little firecracker that's in the mix there is Marco Nokia. He said he was very upset with me when I called him Marco Okii the other day. So Nokia. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. What are you looking forward to today, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, calling this action on this table is going to be ridiculous. I mean, there's guys that are playing on this table that I watched years ago. Be it online, be it live. Just to be able to call the action and see how they go about their thought process, their thinking, and all that's involved behind it. Like you said, Marco's there, Darren's there, Solly's there, Stephen, Courtney, Sugi. I mean, but you can't really ask for a better time. The action is just going to be fire.
Awesome, yeah, it's good news. And our GTO wizard here is only going to get ever more slicker. Even though he's incredibly slick as it is, he's going to become ever more slicker in his role. And I mean, with this sort of action, you're going to get the best of the best. I mean,
absolutely.
How exciting. And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to grow into the role. And from my side, I just want to say thanks to Twill and Thomas and Benno for making you gents look so sharp. Me, on the other hand, I struggle to always get there, but we're there, We had a little bit of a mishap this morning at breakfast, I had to rush home to change shirts. Note to self, if anyone is going to commentate or present out there, take a spare shirt with you, just in case you're as naked as I am. So, but lovely day ahead of us. It is a scorcher here in Pretoria. We have late reg for the next, I think it's late reg is 4 levels, so it's another 5 hours or 4 hours that you can jump.
4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Please come down, all right? the action of the satellite, the 20 seats guaranteed satellite later on, that is inevitably going to bring a big crowd into this room, and there's going to be a buzz. You know, Jamie, what are you looking forward to when interviewing players out there today? You know, we're going to have that opportunity because of the setup, because of this new structure, the way we present to the viewers. We can have people live in the box with us, commentating on hands, maybe that got them knocked out. So what are you looking forward to the most in asking those pros, and not necessarily just the pros, the amateurs, how they go through life with this?
Yeah, well, I'm specifically excited to chat to the pros about certain hands that maybe went over my head or something that I couldn't quite understand. So I'd love to get their insights in certain spots. You know, Max Devison made a hero call with ace high yesterday, and it was good. And you know, I have no idea how he came to that conclusion that his ace high is good there. So that's something I would love to find out and ask him. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, so straight over to the action. We're going to commentate on the hands now for a little bit. And gents, good luck. Let's have some fun out there. And if you are planning on coming down to the Times Square poker, SunBet poker tour, then pop in, please. Come see us at the commentary booth. Come say a couple of words, and yeah.
All right, over to the action here. Marco Nokia opening up under the gun +2 with ace-5 offsuit. Raised it up to 2.5 big blinds. Action folds around to Stephen Courtney, ace-10. Let's see what he does. Puts in the call. Chicken, queen 3 offsuit. He's not going to defend that big blind. He's going to let it go. Off to a flop we go. Marco's ace is dominated by Stephen. Ace-10. 6 queen 7, 2 hearts on the flop. Marco looking ever so serious. Check, check. 5 of spades on the turn. Marco pairs his 5. That of course eliminates Stephen Courtney's aces as outs, as it will give Marco 2 pair. So Stephen drawing slim with only 3 outs, being a 10.
Yeah, it looks like Steve actually bet the turn here, 15k. Marco's going to make the call, as one would do. 64 in the middle, to the river we go. King of clubs. I think Steve just shuts down shop completely here.
Yeah, I think this slows down both players in this situation. We might get check here on the river. Marco does get the check mark. His pair of 5s is good.
It looks like Steven's reaching for some chips though. That looks about 31,000, yeah. Over to Marco. Running it back. Check flop. 15k on the turn. Now we got 31k. Just over half pot.
And I think it's quite difficult to find a call here unless he has some sort of read on Stephen.
100%. But Marco has done some crazy things.
Yeah. Certainly capable of making the call,
Flicks
which
it
he
in.
does.
Flicks it in.
And Marco's going to take down a really decent sized pot here.
Not all Euros wear capes, huh?
Yeah.
Non-believer, 100%.
Nice little pot for Marco, about 100k in the middle there. Look at the other tables. Giovanni's over there. As you can see, it's just tough tables everywhere. Was
There's Sheldon Grove. He min-cashed yesterday in the Welcome to Cape Town. Welcome to Pretoria. Apologies. So used to saying welcome to Cape Town.
Fair enough. Right, on to the next hand. Franco under the gun, ace 4. See what he opts to do. Jared gets in the way over to Jared. Yeah, Jared, the suitor connect on the cutoff. Up to 10,000 we go. Ace Queen for Stephen Courtney. Sizing here. Definitely feeling 3 bets coming.
Yeah, probably three bet around 3x sizing. We expect to see 15k maybe.
Jared made it 10. Jared made it 10. Jared opened pre.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all good, bud. So 3 bet sizing comes up to 33,000. Jared gets up the way.
Here we have the chip counts. As you can see, Marco sitting at the top. Ahmed Karim.
Proper notable names there in the field as well. Good Ray. Good Ray, welcome. Quick shout out to the comments on the YouTube stream. Thanks very much for pointing out the issues. We are, like I said, fine-tuning everything. It is a new adventure. It is a new venture as well. And yeah, thanks very much. The comments are always welcome. We appreciate the support on the stream. And yeah, keep up the support. Thanks a lot, guys.
So Anand raising here with pocket 5s. King 9 suited for Jared. He looks quite interested in playing this one, potentially in position.
$38K to go. Right, go. Away. Right, so not making that call out of position with his pocket 5s. Joe's 3 bet. See how he opts to navigate.
Yeah, there's a lot of flops that are not good for these pocket 5s. A lot of flops that smash Jared's 3 betting range. So let's see how Anand navigates this.
Yeah.
Off to flop we go.
Queen 8-4.
8.
2 clubs.
Backdoor spades for Jared. Anand's 5 still good here. He looks like he's reaching for the continuation bet here. As it's a queen high flop, I think it definitely does hit his 3 betting range.
28,000 to bet for Jared. Looks like he's a non-believer. He's actually reaching for some chippies.
Raised 80,000.
Thinking back.
Wow. So what's going through Jared's mind here? Anand opening under the gun +1, clicking it back on the flop.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's in my opinion. I would be going through. There's a lot of like pair heavy wise, Also, all the ace king offs, all the ace king suited. It's never. Sometimes it's aces. It's kind of weird. Like starting to bucket those ranges under the gun +1, especially coming out of early position.
Yeah.
It's that strength from the get go. Makes it 10, Joe. Makes it 33. Clicks, he just flat calls.
Yeah. Clicks it back on the
Preload
flop.
fall, and then check raises on that texture. It's quite interesting.
Either way, takes it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the nun showing exactly like you commented there on the table, catch you like all times, showing that the pros are open to get manhandled every now and then, Jared trying to get a little bit cheeky there with the king 9, 3-bet 3. I mean, the guys are special around this table. I tell you, we are in for an absolute treat here. And for those of you who are wondering why Darren is staring to the side, he is very, very fondly observing what was happening in the rugby prior to this. Big fan of rugby, and yeah, I'm sure for those of you that know Darren, you'll know that he's a bit of an enthusiast from that side, and I'm hoping that it was a positive result for whatever he was hoping for in that game.
Action folds around to Stephen Courtney in the hijack. King 9 off, he's going to fold that one.
Sugi picks up 4s on the cutoff. He's just flattered.
Opens up the doors for Hader to call in here as well.
You want marker ops to do, yeah. 22k to go, kick jack. Look at his splats. So he started the hand with 169k. He's got call.
Yep. Hader
Streets
in
on the flop.
position. Good odds to call. Let's see a flop.
Ace deuce 10 rainbow. Gotcha off Marco, gotcha for Hader.
Yeah, so do you
Sugi's
think,
still ahead there.
think Marco leads us to this flop out? He does.
Good half sizing. Sugi gets out the way. That could be get a little sticky here. Come along. Gets out the way. Good sizing there for Marco. Just leading out.
Yeah. Good play. He raised pre, followed by 2, after the 2 lumps. And he had to lead out that ace-10 deuce board.
So to the viewers out there, every now and then we're just gonna, sit back, relax, and observe what happens around the table. Get a bit of the table banter in, and again, getting back to it, we said it yesterday. The players around the table are the stars of the show, not us, not you as the viewers. As much as we appreciate you guys the viewers. It's the players around the table, and the banter is sometimes quite fun. I know for me personally, when I used to play in these and get on the feature table, it was good fun to have and be part of the banter.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Nick. Jared opening here with Queen Jack suited, getting 3-bet by Stephen Courtney with Ace King.
Second time that Steve's 3-bet Jared.
Yeah, could get interesting. Jared can get sticky here with Queen Jack suited.
100%.
Anand considering playing the 3-bet pot, he lets it go.
Yeah, Jared just flats. 77 in the middle.
And he flops a flush. Out of position here against the 3-bet Razor. What do you think Jared does here, flopping a flush?
He's checked. Steven's going to completely fire out here.
Yeah.
Goes to small size, 60,000. I suspect Jared's just going to flats.
Yeah. Slow play his hand, let Courtney catch up and try get max value on the river. Jared using his entire time limit. He puts in the raise here, maybe sensing Steven is quite strong, you know, with 2 overcards like Ace King. On this monotone board, I'm not sure if Steven can come along without a club in his hand.
Yeah, 100%. I suppose, you know, if Steven did have... Wow, Steven's actually just floating here. This is very interesting.
Yeah, well, I think this is Jared just building a huge pot here. I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's not going to put that check raise in on the flop.
Okay.
Oh, and Steven is in trouble here. Yeah.
Steven floats, finds that ace on the turn. Jared, I mean, if Jared someone checks here, because that card is absolutely amazing. It smashes Steven. It's complete range. Jared does realize that Steven won't float a lot of the time, especially if he's holding like ace diamond or ace of clubs or king of clubs around there.
For sure.
We could actually, I mean, depending on sizing as well. Jared, he goes for 165. Steven could just absolutely rip it here. There we go. Auto call. Stephen Courtney sees the bad news. 0%. Unlucky Mr. Courtney.
Drawing dead.
$5 the river, changes nothing. Jared picks up 543,000 for his efforts.
To the viewers out there, we are aware of the echoing sound, which apparently has now been sorted, but it will be on a half-an-hour delay. Sorry, a 20-minute delay. So just for the viewers' sake out there, we are on a 20-minute delay today and not the half an hour like we were yesterday. And yeah, it's pretty cool for us as commentators as well. Gets us a little bit closer to the action. You know, yesterday we saw ourselves actually having so much fun because we got to experience what was happening out there, and yeah, it was pretty cool, I must say. So 20-minute action time now, and just means we'll be able to comment on things a lot sooner than what you wanted, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be fun today. So yeah, gents, action. I think as we expected. Pretty much just brilliant poker around the table. You know? You have Anand taking on a pro. Anand should definitely consider himself to be a pro in certain positions. And yeah, for sure interesting to see that sort of dynamic, you know. Anand throwing himself into the mix proper over here. And non-stop banter from Darren and Solly on the side, who are obviously very good mates off the table as well. And looking forward to hear the dynamics as it goes through the day, the banter, the chats, you know. And I think it's going to be fun. You know, I think whoever we have on this table, just walking around that field today, you know, every now and then we're going to show you clips from the outer tables. It's exciting. It's cool. It's nice to see this turn out. We've already smashed through the guarantee by, I think, a good 300k already, and there's still another 3 odd or 4 odd hours to go for late reg. So please, guys, come down to Times Square, come register, come jump in. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go out on a limb and say we'll probably double that guarantee by the time this tournament comes to a close, for registration. And what an opportunity for these players, especially in fields like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's en route to definitely be doubling. So yeah, it's going to be a nice chunk of change right off the top, huh?
All right, so Franco opened this pot here from the cutoff with a3 of diamonds. He smashed this flop. Marco flopped a queen as well, so he is in the lead at the moment, but Franco drawing to the nut flush draw.
Yeah, this could get very messy. I mean, top 2 versus nut flush draw. Yeah. They are pretty deep. Looks like 40. No, it makes it. Marco makes it 39. The queen of diamonds on the turn is game over. But yeah, that will shut down shop as well with the queen of diamonds, paid forward. See how Franco navigates this. Looks like he's made it a 105 to go.
All in. Call.
He's going for the split with the nut flush draw.
All in and snap call.
Marco 2-1 favorite here. Yeah.
Big stacks here involved. I mean, this is huge.
Franco, the player at
Back
risk.
to back, yeah?
Yeah. Franco looking for a diamond, or he will be walking off the table and potentially to the re-entry booth. Interesting turn, ace of clubs here. And diamond on the river. And that's just quite gut-wrenching if you are Marco in that position.
I know Franco will be elated. He started the day on 78,000 chips, and now he's going to be sitting on over 800,000 chips. I mean,
wow,
what a run! What a run! Nice way to start the day in such a huge competition. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. I mean, like with that ace of the turn as well, he picks up 3 more hearts for that 7.
Yeah.
That's what. I mean, he still picks that diamond. So yeah, he's going to be a contender now. He's got lots of chips in front of him. I mean, we're 3,000, 6,000. He's got 845,000. Go on, lad. Definitely think he's going to be in the mix a lot now.
Yeah. Marco crippled here down to 16 bigs.
I've had the pleasure of playing with Franco on a couple of occasions, and he's such a character. I mean, to rock up in a golf shirt that has a bunch of bananas on it. might play into his personality, but he is a bit of a monkey around the table,
But you've done the same thing, though, mate. I've seen some of the kits you wear when you rock up the table. It is questionable. So yeah, I can see why you two get along very well, then. Huh?
Absolutely love it. He invited me when I was here in Pretoria last. Myself and Chad Moolman went to go and play in a little home game of theirs, and let's just say a lot of fun was had.
Flashes. Heavy, man.
All right, so Marco's got a little bit of work to do, yeah? But I mean, end of the day, if anybody can do it, he can do it. He's got enough experience to try and spin it up. Sugi, ace, deuce, +1. Sugi's still got 23 bigs. Makes 12 to go.
Paid off flats here with the jacks.
Interesting. DK. Comes along from the big.
Ace 4-10. Rainbow board. Sugi flops the ace.
That guy's come along. Non-believer. Through the turn we go. So you're picking up a flush draw to go along the top pair.
That's going to kill one of Hadar's outs, being the Jack of Spades. And Hadar drawing very slim here. Looked like a bet fold. And Sugi takes this one down.
Right, moving on to the next hand. See the room's filling up very nicely though. Right, Sugi GG. I think Queen 4 is going to be into the muck.
Chad Mulman just entered the building.
Oh, Chaddy. I'm sure he'll be joining us a little later up. Yep. King 3 for Marco.
So Hadar flatting here under the gun +1. Action folds round to Jared in the big blind. Checks it back. Ace deuce 9, 2 clubs. Jared holding the king of clubs. Hadar's hand is currently unknown to us. Hadar put in the c-bet here, and he's going to take this one down. So Nick, I see your good friend Chad Mulman just walked in.
Yeah, my little boy flew. He's in the house. Chad Mulman flew up here for the satellites. He's excited to get into that 20-seat guaranteed this evening. What an opportunity to get a main event. Yeah, absolutely sick to see that. I mean, I'd love to be playing in that. That's my stomping ground. Satellites.
Really?
I used to love it, because it's a cool way to integrate into the community, but more importantly, have that shot, buy that ticket, get the lotto, all of those goodies, boy. All of those goodies. We absolutely dig it. So yeah, I'm excited about it. There's a little rumor, mill going around that Cape Town might get a permanent satellite room at Grand West again, which would be unbelievable if SunBet Poker Tour can pull that off. That means Cape Town will be a lot more accessible into the rest of the tournaments, and I know the Cape Town community froths for poker.
Yeah.
So to the Cape Townians out there, don't worry, trying to make a plan for you guys, and I'll be one of the first to let you guys know that we are excited to have you out there, and yeah, we are on it. So to some of the comments out there, shout out to Tom Fryer. We are we have solved the sound issues, which will be we're on a 30 or 20-minute delay today. So in the next couple of minutes, you'll hear the echo fade out, which is great. And like I said, our technical team has been working their socks off to get it right. I'm just going to hand over to Jamie here to walk us through the action on his hand.
Yeah, so Custer flat called with his pocket threes here from the cutoff. I believe Darren also put in the call. Small blinds out the way, big blinds out the way. 2 ways to a flop, monotone flop, Jack 9 deuce, all diamonds. Darren with a backdoor straight flush draw, and he's going to take this one down with the c-bet. All right, we're back. Sorry for the slight absence there. Looks like Haydar gets a walk on his big blind. Unfortunate as he wakes up with ace king. You love a walk, but you hate getting it with ace king, eh, Nick?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, the worst is when you wake up with like a premium hand like ace king, or aces or queens or something like that. It's always interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out in the comments there to the one and only Gareth Duncan from GD Suits. Gareth, thanks for joining in and thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Keep giving us feedback there. Even if you want to drop me a little WhatsApp there, I'm also happy to respond, no problem.
So Nant here raising with king 6 suited. Custer 3-bet with the ace jack. A7 for Haydar, he gets out the way. 10 deuce to Doyle Brunson, gets folded, gets put back into the muck, and looks like Anand's going to be sticky here with his king 6 of diamonds. He's going to call, he's going to play this one out of position, hoping to see a diamond heavy flop and try and navigate it from there. King 4, trips for Anand. Five of clubs on the turn, action went check on the flop, and I think Anand has to start betting here, getting some value into this pot. He checked over to Custer, who bet half pot. Letting his clock run down. It's in a big raise here. About 2.1x. After counting his chips out here, he's got about 230k left. And he's going to let this one go. Some action here on the outer table. Looks like aces. Aces turn a set here. Against kings. Oh. And that player is going to get a nice double up out there on the outer table. Currently, Franco sitting on 143 big blinds after finding that river flush against Marco when he was all in for his life. Marco has been crippled after that one, sitting very, very short on 15 big blinds.
We're very lucky with the visuals this year. We can go to outer tables and we can watch feature tables. I know as commentators we don't get to see that sort of graphics come up here, but obviously I'm been anchoring the show here, so I'm keeping an eye both on the YouTube and a Discord stream. This whole Discord thing is new to me, Jamie. I'm glad I have you as a co-pilot here, explaining it to us older bullies here.
Yeah, trying my best, eh?
Oh man! For those of you that don't know, Jamie is a very fortunate individual who's born on the same day as me, 7th of December.
Yeah.
10 years later. The only difference is my ID reads 90 and he's reads 00. Hella gels of the fact that you got a 00 to start your ID.
Yeah.
But it's cool that we share the same birthday. I'm sure we'll have many a celebration together going forward, Okii. It's been an honor working with you in the box.
Likewise, my friend. Cool, so Haydar here opening, raising it up to 17,000 on the dealer button. Marco 9-4 suited, quite short, but he can defend this one with 2 suited cards.
And into his camouflage, poker camouflage he goes.
Nine, Queen 10. Gut shot for Haydar. Pair of 9s for Marco. Marco going to check here. Haydar continues. Interested to see how Marco navigates this with bottom pair being a short stack at the table. Unfortunately, he lets it go with a grimace on his face. As you can see by the chip counts there, Marco sitting on 14 big blinds. He's going to have to make a move soon, try find that double up in order to stay alive in this tournament. Action over to Custer here, 10-9 off. Sending that one straight into the muck. Jared folds. Alan here, Young here, pocket queens. I believe Alan won a 500 Rand satellite last year and came second in the main event, turning about a 500 Rand satellite into over R1 million. So let's see if he can do it again here in the Mega Millions. Puts in the raise here with his queens up to 20,000. Hadar calls with ace-jack off in the cutoff. Nothing interesting for either of the blinds. And Hadar hits his ace here on this ace-high board, ace-9-3. Alan probably not too happy to see this ace-high board after getting called off by Hadar. Still going to put in the c-bet. Quick call from Hadar. Eight of spades on the turn, changes nothing. Alan, a non-believer here, puts in about a half-pot bet and he gets snapped off again by Hadar. I think now the alarm bells should start ringing. Board pairing 8 on the river. Alan slows down and he checks this one. Check, check, and Hadar sees the good news. His ace is good. Quite an interesting hand there, Alan getting snapped off twice on the flop and turn bet. Unfortunately, he had to shut down there with his queens, and he's going to lose that pot. They're taking down that pot there. Hadar sitting on 58 big blinds. Top 4 stack at the table.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, this field just keeps on getting more and more interesting out there.
Yep.
Just had a chat to Len, who's just doubled up through all the plays of his table, and he's like, Nick, we can jump on the feature. I really want to play on this feature. we try and strive with SunBet Poker to try and get as many of the players on the feature table as possible. But it's not always possible to get everybody in the tournament on at some other stage. But yeah, we'll try our best and hopefully gets a little feature on there.
Yeah. I must be honest, Nick, it is one of my dreams to play on a feature table. I don't know why, but I think I'd enjoy that quite a lot.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, I must say. It is fun. It's cool to hear the comments afterwards. Shout out to Wes and Evan's dad, who loves to watch the stream and loves to watch my antics on the table. And unfortunately, won't be getting to see me, but there's a lot of characters in this field, and we look forward to commenting on what happens. But we also want, again, let them be the stars of the show. So every now and then, if you hear us not talking, please don't think that we don't care about delivering the information to you. We want the stars of the shows to shine, and for you guys as viewers to pick up on a little bit of audio and banter around the table. It's important. Poker is about the whole package. It's about everything, and yeah, definitely worth having a look at. Marco taking down that pot there, just putting the pressure on, feeding it, and realizes he's got to build a stack here.
Yeah, so being in position there, he's trying to steal some blinds, opening quite wide, but he gets this one through, and he's going to pick up some much needed big blinds there to help nurse his stack back up to a healthy level.
So Jamie, well documented last night. We had a little bit of fun. We got to step away from the commentary booth for a bit and go and explore the wonders of Pretoria. We didn't venture too far, but we went and had a great dinner together across the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Proper Wagyu burgers, which was really good. And then we came back for shared a couple of beverages and a couple of moments with one Christopher Dean, who is not with us in the commentary box at the moment. Funny guy, and yeah, just loving being on tour with you guys. And let's keep having fun. Really,
Yeah.
really excited and ecstatic about this. Shout out to the Cavalier Poker Club. The presenters looking smart today. Keep up the good work. Love the show. Awesome entertainment.
Awesome.
And we'll keep delivering what we can. And big ups to you guys. Thanks very much for your support.
Action folds around here to Anand in the dealer button, opening quite wide again, like Marco in the previous hand. Queen 6 off. He's going to get this one through, and he's going to take these blinds down.
Yeah, so Jamie, for us, a little bit slow here in the beginning because the blinds are so, I mean, the stacks are so big and the
Yep.
gents are sitting with many a big blind. Obviously, we've seen a couple of all-ins already. What would your best strategy be going into a tournament like this where you're starting on 300 big blinds, you've got hour-long blind levels? I mean, for me personally, I think it's the purest of pure poker. What is
Yep.
your view and strategy going into this as our self-acclaimed GTO wizard?
I'm not a self-proclaimed GTO wizard. I think you guys kind of
I don't worry, I
gave me the
tagged him.
title, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll take it. So I think my strategy coming into a tournament like this, it's a really cool structure. You start off really deep with 300 big blinds. I'd approach it by trying to play as many hands as possible in position, playing with some strong ranges, maybe opening up my ranges up a little bit wider in certain spots, you know. Just depending on the table dynamics, you kind of have to adapt and see what spots you can find. But I would focus on playing a lot of hands. I'd open any opening hand possible and try play in position. And just try kind of exercise my edge, if you will, if I even have one of those on a table. But yeah, so I just try chip up, not get into any too huge spots, you know, when you're 300 big blinds deep to begin with, at least in level 1. Obviously, the players are a bit shorter now. But yeah, that's kind of how I would navigate the tournament.
So just the pre-flop action here. Marco opening up to 16,000 and I'm calling with King 10. And flop obviously King Jack 3. I'm assuming Marco will try and take a bit of a stab here, as he does. 22,000 a bet, putting a nunt into the... Oh, and he's gone all in.
And yeah, no, Marco has nothing really here that he can call this raise with. He's going to fold and he's going to be cut down to 12 big blinds. Or less, actually. 8.5 big blinds now for Marco. You know, he had to lead out on that flop, King Jack. It hits his range quite strongly. Unfortunately for him, Anand did connect with that king, and he's just going to find himself in quite a tough spot getting raised there.
Yeah, and you know, Nant, having played with him for years, he loves the aggressive play. He likes to take control of pots. He loves getting his chips all in. I mean, we saw it yesterday on the final table.
Yep.
Yes, obviously he wasn't in a position really to try and steal pots and whatnot because of his stack sizing for the majority of the heads-up battle with Max. But he did extremely well to come back there. And
Yeah.
we spoke about it at length. I mean, that last hand where he lost to Max sevens with his eights. You know, if he doubles
Crazy,
up there,
yeah.
Max is in trouble. Max is under pressure because
Absolutely.
Anant
Yeah.
navigate that. So yeah, well done to Anant anyway for a solid second place there. He never looked out of sorts, and again, he showed it earlier on against Jared Solomons here, where he tried to put the the pro to the sword, should I say? And
Yeah.
well done to him. He's showing
Absolutely.
some steel out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, look at him here, raising it up with 10-3 suited. So he's really turning the aggression up, and he's trying to see some flops, trying to play some pots. And and without a doubt, from an aggressive standpoint. Jack 10 suited here for Jared in the small blind. Looks like he's cutting out a 3-bet.
These two going at it again, you know.
Yeah, maybe Jared can get some revenge this time round.
And unbeknown to me, but obviously maybe the viewers saw it, we're joined by Alan Young, also, or Jung, should I say, also being part of the community and creator poker field for quite a while. So Alan, welcome to the feature table. We hope to give fun and accurate information where we can, and Alan is a lot of fun to play at the table with. So some proper characters on this table right now.
Yeah. So Jared flops 10 top pair here with his jack on a jack 5-4 2 hearts board. Anand got sticky with the pre-flop call, calling with his 10-3 of diamonds. Jared putting the c-bet, about a third pot, and he's going to take this one down.
Every time. It only happened once today. Yesterday we are very equal. 4-4.
Here we have a Baby Yoda chip protector, quite cool.
Yeah, some interesting chip protectors out there. Max with his dinosaur one yesterday, and I saw he's got some. Looks like a reggae snail today or something. That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
A reggae snail.
Yeah, I'll try and get the cameraman to give us a good shot of that. But funny enough, listening there and exactly why we do this, why sometimes we just go quiet, it was interesting to hear the banter there between Solly and Anand. Solly trying to get get the balance right,
Yeah.
you know, in hand.
Yeah.
And Anand laughing at him, telling him, well, it's even from yesterday because they've got involved in certain spots, obviously, that we didn't see. And yeah, absolutely cool to have that sort of banter around the table.
14.
Nant again continuing his aggressive stance on this table. I'm sure his VPIP is quite high at the moment, opening up here with Jack 7 suited.
That hand, only Jack was sorry. Only Jack was.
Darren lets that one go.
Had a very small pocket.
Queen 9 for Alan. He folds. Over to Sugi here. Ace Jack suited in the big blind.
You can see it on the thingy.
He's going to 3-bet this one.
What happened to you?
So let's see if Anand gets sticky again. Looks like he's more than willing to get some chips in. Asking Sugi if he will show if he folds. Which he does.
Thank you. I was behind. Leading you. Not mile. Two card behind. Yes, nice.
There's a view of the outer tables. Looks like 5 full tables. Plus the feature table, so we're on 6 full tables for this tournament, Nick. Really decent turnout, and we've already smashed the guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, for the players wanting or like on the fence of whether they should come through or not, they should really just have like a look at coming to, you know, come give yourself a chance, you know, give themselves a spin up here, and hope you know that they can catch a spin up here, you know.
Yeah. So the way this tournament works with payouts, every one 1 out of 8 players is going to get paid, so that's about 12.5% of the field. So cashes should be quite hefty, I think. Franco opening up under the gun here with King 10 suited. Sugi in the small blind with pocket 3s. And Haydar here with pocket 9s in the big blind. Looks like they're both going to flat this raise. Off to a flop we go, 3 ways. 2 King 8 on the flop. Top pair for Franco. Sugi checks and Haydar's going to put in a 1/3 pot bet. Quickly called off by Franco. Sugi's going to get out of the way here. Ace on the turn heavily favors Franco's under the gun opening range. He already did pay his king, but let's see how Haydar decides to navigate this. Looks like he checked it over. Franco bet 25k and he's going to let this one go. And it's a good fold, Nick. I think sitting with pocket 9s in the big blind on an ace-king board versus an under-the-gun raising range. After you check it back and he leads out again, I think you have to fold those 9s there.
Yeah, you know, having played against Haydar quite a few times in the league, you know, he's an interesting character as well. And yeah, he absolutely he loves playing the game. He likes it raw, you know. And yeah, it should be good fun to see him how he navigates this table, because as we've seen, some aggressive players there. Some guys definitely having a go. You know, Marco, if he had a bigger stack here, would definitely try and spin it up, if we can call it that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can build a stack up here and then become a little bit more aggressive. You know, get himself into the mix, start picking up pots. So yeah, be cool to see.
Yeah. All right, looks like action folds around to Sugi here on the dealer button, ace-6. He's going to raise this one up to 16,000. Queen 5 for Haydar, he's going to get out the way. Jack 4 suited for Franco, he's a chip leader. This is definitely worth defending. Checks in the dark. Ace King 6, 2 clubs on the flop. 2 pair for Sugi here. Bets 2/3 pot. Franco gonna get sticky here and he's gonna make the call. Could get some interesting turns here. 7 of diamonds is not really one of them. Don't think Franco is going to lose any more chips unnecessarily here in this hand. Sugi, of course, going to try get maximum value. He's going to put in another bet here. 38k. It's about a half pot. Franco's just definitely a non-believer. He puts in a quick call. Three of diamonds on the river might slow down both players here. Looks like Franco leads out here for 70,000. Sugi has a pretty easy call with his 2 pair. And he's going to take down quite a big pot.
Franco, by the looks of things, opting not to expose his cards there for obvious reasons. um, but again, that's what we love to see. We love to see how guys navigate certain spots. I mean, Franco, they're clearly doing well. As that image showed and as that graphic showed us there, Franco has had the biggest climb on the feature table so far. Like I said, started the day on 78,000. Got himself into that massive hand against Marco, where he then went over 800k in chips. Now back down to I think about 400,000. He just loves playing the game. And I absolutely love Franco's ability to spice things up. So Franco, keep it up. If you go and watch the stream later on, we love seeing it. We love seeing the banter at the table, and yeah.
For choice. 6,000.
All right, action on Costa here. Queen 4 suited.
6,000.
Folds that. Darren folds. Over to Jared, also lets it go. Suited ace for Alan here in the hijack. One of the shorter kind of stacks at the table, I believe. Standard open. Action on Franco here in the small blind. He's going to let that go. And Marco with about 12 big blinds left. Let's see what he does. Looks like he just calls it off. Graphics are lagging slightly. We're not sure what Marco has just yet, but we can still try to break down the hand and figure out what he has. 7-8 queen on the flop. Alan pairs his 8. Marco checks it over to Alan, the pre-flop aggressor. Who's going to put in a c-bet here?
Raise here. I mean, it's such a prime spot for his hand. So yeah, we look forward to seeing what he's up against here.
Yeah, so there we go. Jack 6 suited for Marco. Alan puts in the c-bet, and Marco just running awfully cold at the moment. Can't find a pair, can't do anything. So unfortunately, he's down to around 6 big blinds now, and he's gonna have to make a move soon.
Yeah, so it's quite a common thing in poker to go card dead, if you can call it that. We always refer to it as a cold deck. That's the more professional term for it. And it purely takes concentration, patience, and a lot of execution to get through those times where you don't land up in spots that you don't want to be. You especially if you not have, form is a big thing. Max proved it yesterday through and through. The hands, like notable hands in my mind, was the ace deuce hand versus the Nikovica's
Ace deuce hand.
Jack 3 versus
Jack
ace
3 versus ace 3. Yep. And I mean, let's not even mention the.
Okii, thank you for bringing us some snacks here, a little bit of popcorn. Thank you, Okii. How's the tournament going for you, Okii? Up and down. Yeah, it's always a roller coaster, but I'm sure you're gonna get there. Look forward to seeing you on the feature table later. That's Okii just coming and popping into the commentary box there just to say hi and bring us a little piece of popcorn. Okii, thank you for always sharing and being such a kind gentleman of a human being. And that's the beauty about how we set this up this year. That players can just pop in, show face, come have a chat, and we get them involved. Over to the action.
Cool, so Jared raising here with pocket 3s. Alan putting in the flat call with his ace 10 off suit. It's a hand I think I'd prefer to 3-bet here. But let's see what happens. Ace 6 for Haydar in the cutoff. And he's going to let that one go. A lot of value in the pot, though. I think he can afford to call it off and see a flop here. Ace 8 for Marco. Looks like now's the time for him to make his move. Let's see what he does. Yep, chips it in. Jared has to let that those pocket threes go. Action over to Alan. Ace 10 off. Let's see if he can find a call.
Where did she take all the menus? Yeah, she just took it away.
Alan letting that one go. Marco's going to get this one through, and he's going to pick up quite a lot of chips. It was a raise, a call, another call. Marco squeezed from the small blind. Very good play. And those are the spots you expect a player like Marco to find, you know, and to be able to build his stack back up. And I think that's a breath of fresh air for him after running cold for the last 3 or 4 hands in a row.
Yeah, look, I mean, that is more expected play.
Yeah.
And Marco is very much the unexpected player. And cool to see, you know, for him, he needs to pick, maybe now that he's a little bit short stack, tighten it up a bit, you know, but also start playing like you'd refer to the GTO poker, you know, in that position there. There's a raise from Alan, then a couple of calls, perfect spot with a decent enough ace to get it in there, and just hopefully pick up the blinds without any action. You know, no taxes on the, as we like to refer to it, on the hand. And yeah, he got it through, and that's maybe the strategy he needs to adopt now for a little bit. You know, I know, because of who Marco is, it's very difficult for him just to sit back and watch the play. But sometimes that sort of patience needs to come into it. You know?
Yeah.
And I just really hope from this spot here he can start navigating to get back up again, because we love to see him with chips in front of him because of the fact that he is just such a dynamic
Such a
player.
fun player,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
5 deuce suited in position here for Marco. Let's see if he decides to get a little bit tricky.
16, reaches 16.
Yep. Makes it 16. And unfolds. Action is over to Costa here. Jack 4 suited. And once again, it's a easily defendable hand here, facing a button raise, especially from a player like Marco, opening extremely wide. Let's see what Costa does. He's going to let this go, and Marco's going to take down some more blinds.
Yeah, pretty crucial at this stage, you know, picking up pots like that, as the graphic shows, extra 9,000 profit into his hand. It adds a lot. I mean, it is 10% of his stack at this point in time.
Yeah, even more actually.
Solid play, and that's good. It's nice to see that he's kind of taking that line. I mean, obviously he's still playing his range of cards, the 5 deuce of diamonds. Like you said, likes to get a little bit tricky, so that's cool to see.
Yeah.
Tigers se legacy ek dink elke van die beste sportsman wat ooit by die aarde geloop het. $1 biljoen gaan nie.
Shout out to Tom Fryer. I know we mentioned him earlier on for being our resident viewer sound technician, giving comments there and helping us know when the table audio is done. So Tom, keep up the good work on your side.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't promise you any paychecks for your hard work and time and effort there, but we do appreciate the feedback. And to any of the players or viewers out there, you want to jump onto the comments, feel free to jump in, whether it be to criticize us or to have some fun with us. Please do get involved. We are always open to the chat and the banter. Being poker players, banter's all about it. We've heard some between Anant and Solly on this table. So yeah, it's good fun to see it happening, and look forward to more of it, that's for sure. Over to the action here.
So Jared opened under the gun here. Pretty standard open. Queen Jack suited. He gets 3-bet here by Franco with pocket 8s. Jared's holding his cards. Almost looks like a fold. There we go. He's putting in the call. Going to get a bit sticky. So as we go off to a flop, you can check the graphics there. Franco a 51% favorite to win this hand. Jared in very good shape considering he has 2 overs which are suited. So looks like there's a little bit of some chip discrepancies happening over on the table. Trying to work out some change perhaps. All right, there we go. Five ace, 2 hearts. Definitely favors Franco as the 3-better here. Obviously having a lot of aces in his range. Jared checks. Franco's going to put in the c-bet, about a 3rd pot, and he's going to take this one down. As you can see there, the VPIP stats, Marco Nokia definitely the most aggressive player at the table, and rightfully so, picking his spots, always playing in position, opening 5-2 suited from the button. You know, he's playing a lot of hands, and he's playing them well. All right, next hand, Alan Young, Queen 8 offsuit under the gun. Folds it over to Sugi, who folds his King 5 suited. Marco in the hijack here with Jack 10 suited. Still quite short, sitting on around 15 bigs. He's going to open this one up. Small ace here for Costa. He lets that one go. Darren folds a 7-6, and Marco's going to get this one through. Marco back up to over 100,000 chips, spinning it up from about 35,000 earlier on. He's almost tripled his chips.
Yeah, and Jack 10 definitely being a premium hand in Marco's eyes there. He was definitely ready to go to war. Didn't need to be suited, that's for sure. You know, he's he's a specialist when it comes to creating, let's put it to you this way, an image of his hand to the rest of the players that they don't really have much clue about, you know. And I think from all the streams and watching him play over the years, people would definitely have realized that he is an aggressive player. He is somewhat of a, you know, some would use the terminology of a loose player, but I see it as he's just got his own style. He's very comfortable where he's at. He loves playing that sort of thing, and he's a bit of a rock star when it comes to just putting it out there and putting himself out there with the cards, and it's pretty cool to see, I must say.
Absolutely,
It's so fun to watch.
He's definitely got a loose, aggressive play style, which in pretty much on any poker table is one of the more commanding play styles that you can play with. A lot of pros in the world are loose, aggressive players, and Marco definitely gets a lot of respect on this table. Over to the action here, Sugi. Yeah, sorry, Nick. Sugi opens here with Ace 10. Alan Ace 5 on the big blind. He's going to defend this one. 2 ways to a flop. And Alan flops two pair. Sugi might find himself in a bit of trouble here as he flops top pair. And he'll need the board to pair or to hit a 10 in order to take this one down. Alan leading this one out against the under the gun pre-flop razor. It's going to be quite interesting. Sugi puts in the call. Picks up some additional equity here with Queen of Hearts. Obviously, if there is a queen on the river, it will counterfeit Alan's two pair. Deuce of Hearts on the river, Alan's two pair is still good. Alan bets about half pot, and Sugi's alarm bells immediately go off, making some comment about Alan having some strange, odd two pair. Yeah, I think he has to put in the
Sugi's
call
gonna be a
here.
little bit irritated here when he sees Alan's cards. He's gonna know that he unfortunately he was right in a certain way, you know.
Yeah. And I think he still has to put in that call, even though you kind of know Alan Alan is somehow ahead.
I just love Alan's expression on his face, and you know, he doesn't show off many emotions, but when he's in the hand, he's priceless to watch. Well done, Alan. Showing some tables from the outer field there, and see there, there we go.
There we go, the reggae snail.
There is that Rasta snail now that we were talking about, and obviously the dragon or the dinosaur, it looks like, that Max played with yesterday. Maybe he doesn't want to change, or maybe he's a superstitious person that doesn't really want to change what the outcome is. Or, it worked well for him yesterday, so maybe just stick to what works best for you, and don't change the outcome. And if you don't need to, bring along your snail.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Nick. If I see that dinosaur on my table, I'm going to be quite scared.
After the way we've been tagging him, I think we should get him a lion so that he can come on and and really play into that lion status that we like to look at it now.
Yeah.
To our viewers out there, maybe you can put it into the comments and chat. Any sort of aggressive British animals you can think of, other than like a British bulldog? I don't know. Should we call him the bulldog? But post and like it in the comment there. We'd love to hear your views. What sort of nicknames we can have for Max? Please just obviously we're not there to like degrade his character. It's more just to have some fun and banter. So please feel free to jump in, give us a comment. What you think would be a more appropriate nickname? I see Sasha Naidu saying the hedgehog. Yeah, he is prickly, he is spiky, difficult to handle. Thank you, Sashin, for that one.
Yeah, Sachin witty as ever.
Yeah, he's always got something to say, which is good. Sashin, thanks for watching the stream.
All right, over to the action here. Jared opening up with King 7 suit, King 7 offsuit from the dealer button. Flop comes Jack high. Sugi defended his big blind and he made top pair on this flop. Check to a turn, 7 of spades. Jared might find himself in a little bit of trouble here as he pairs his 7. Looks like Sugi's going to raise him here. Double suited board, quite an interesting texture. Jared's a non-believer. He's going to put in the call. Sugi looking quite perplexed. Off to river we go. Ace of hearts. Sugi gets the check mark and action goes check very quickly. Sugi's going to take this one down.
That wraps up this session of play for us. To the viewers out there, thanks for watching. We'll be back in approximately 15 to 20 minutes, so keep a lookout for that. And we really appreciate the viewers coming through. We appreciate the feedback we got. Hopefully we have solved most of the issues for you guys, and we are working on it, making sure you guys are getting the best possible pictures. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Cheers for now.
Buttons there. Yeah. But no, I can't remember what that fly. But no, it's happening again. I wanna. Sa Debra, sa Kiwi. That fly is happening. Wait, I wanna answer. It's a good you. I get. I get sulta wala to sama. Nagya breaky. Button on 7. Why was I button once? Target button. Button to 6. Really can't take a man. Or 25. I know about 25. I know about 25. Oh, then I'm gonna. Okay, one more. Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking eating. I'm not breaking. I'm taking eating. I can take eating. Get away after again. The rest is none of my business. Where I'm taking to? Let's take it there with the rain. 25.
hear me? All right, cool. Oh, no, he says this one. It was off. Oh, I must press. Oh. This button. Are you on seat 3 or 4? Seat 3. 3. 1, 2, 3 is this one. That's the seat for 3. Am I lying? This is seat 4. Seat 3 is this one. There's your box, no? That's your box.
The lucky box.
Hopefully.
Durban, no satellites in Durban.
Yeah, the guys aren't supporting me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I get you. Fantastic.
The guys are not supporting Durban City, so
Thanks.
costs him a lot of money to fly us there, accommodation, and there's no support. Doesn't make sense.
Too much complaints. You sit here for 2 levels.
Yeah, I think it's 2 levels. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Sit here for 2 hours, 2 levels. I'm gonna get real cozy.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Not even like a bit of pressure.
Don't think of it as pleasure. Think of it as exposure. The people will know your
Oh
name.
yes, because I really, really want exposure.
Sure.
Yeah. What have they been doing to you?
Yeah, so
And we're back here at Times Square with the SunBet Poker Tour. We've seen some interesting action going down. Chris, welcome back to the box.
Thank you, sir.
We've had some cool hands to analyze. I know a little GTO wizard over there was really enjoying giving some proper feedback to the viewers out there, giving some nice views and opinions. We over to a new feature table now. Some really incredible names out there. Not as pro heavy as the previous table, but nonetheless some really recognizable faces out there. I just have to look at the field and go say hi to Edgar, who's at seat 6, Mac on seat 4, Evan Lottering has joined us, and Mark DeMatha is in seat 1, and yeah, Peter Denecker is also out there. So Peter, welcome to the table, and yeah, we're really looking forward to giving you guys the best feed we can, and yeah, we will take it away here with action straight off the bat. Surin Naidu with aces.
Yeah, picks it up UTG.
UTG +1. Am I getting it right?
Under the gun +1, my man. You're on the money. You're learning. I mean, we're at 4-8. He's made it 26 to go. Big sizing. Let's see what happens. Mac gets away from there. Oh, he does call. Sorry. 4-3. It's 3 bets. I hope that's right, but if that's the case, Matt getting a bit out of line. Just like to see a flat here, just the flat. He's clicking back. Yeah, I mean, here's what it is: two ways to play it. You rip the lot, or you can just flat there. I think if you flat, he gets it all, but either way, works out perfectly for him.
Yeah, it's yeah, I agree with you there. I think a flat would have done a little bit more wonders. I think also Surin being a high role player, regular high role player on the SunBet Poker Tour. Also, maybe he's had a couple of shaky experiences with aces in the past. Didn't really want to get caught with them, but yeah, he just obviously saw an opportunity. Rather, let's just take it down here first, stand back,
Yeah, no.
maybe just get everything oiled up again.
Yeah, they're going to get that ring rust out the way, in essence. But yeah, like you said, the feature table is going to be jam-packed. Not as pro-heavy, but still we're going to see some entertaining action, nonetheless. Over to Mac. Have you played much with Mac?
Funny you asked that. I haven't. I haven't had the opportunity to. To me, he's very much a new face on the scene, a new kid on the block, if you can call it that. As is with his apparel, a PokerBet Pro, I would assume his entry has somehow been shifted around here and assisted by the PokerBet team in terms of whether via satellite, but well supported and geared up by PokerBet over there. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see and to get to know him better. We as commentators are very lucky in the sense that we get to watch it, explore it, see hours and hours of footage on these players. So hopefully one day when I get back on the felt, I'll be a lot more informed. Let's put it to that way. Watching these players go at it, yeah, cool table. Chatting earlier on or yesterday actually to Peter Denecker for a little bit there. One of the super high roller players, also just loves the game of poker, and yeah, we love seeing these faces. Not necessarily the more familiar faces on the tour, but certainly players that are there for the taking. They want to be part of this. They've come through to this 25k Mega Million because they realized this is one of the better flagship tournaments in South Africa, and if not in Africa, in terms of its style of play, the blind levels, the structures, proper grind because it's 60 minutes. People love the pure poker,
And of course, the prize pool.
yeah, prize pool smashed it. We're over the 2 million mark already. I mean, we had a guarantee of 1.5 million, which was broken already. When we walked in this morning, we were given the updates on the financials, and we were informed that it had broken it quite comfortably. And over to the action here with Chris.
All right. I'm not sure. I think this might have been just able opening from the button. Mark and Peter both coming along. Everyone's got a little piece of that. Eben gets out the way with his gut shot, though. So, looks like Mark. I'm going to check bet for my mistake. I'm just waiting for the GFX to catch up, yeah? Yeah, so that's correct. So, it looks like he bets 31 on the flop there. To the turn we go. Deuce of clubs. Fires out 50k. I'd like to see Peter put a raise in here. Try and build that pot, blocking with that 9, but it seems like he's got it through. But yeah, you were saying about all the faces that are coming through for especially this event. It is, in my opinion, one of the flagship events, like you said. And besides the money, besides the event itself, the structure, the levels, the whole lot, just the ability to play with seasoned pros. Rex can come in, come spin it up, I mean, how many people won their seats via satellite for this?
I would have to confirm that stat, but yeah, there's been obviously quite a few satellites going into this, but yeah, we'll get you that statistic as soon as possible.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's you spin it up to, let's say it's a 2,500 rand satellite. You win a ticket, you come spin up that ticket, you can walk away with a bar. And there's still how long left of late reg? Do you know?
Sorry about that technical glitch. Yeah, getting back to your question, it seems like we got about 2 hours 40, which is live now for us. So add on 30 minutes onto or 20 minutes onto the stream. We again we're expecting this number to grow. We could get as close to doubling it as possible. Um, yeah, pretty cool, I must say, to commentate on this. Gareth Khalil joining the table there. Also a proper character, good
Yeah.
friend of mine off the table. We look forward to commentating on a little bit of his action as well. Somewhat of a PLO player nowadays. He really enjoys the game.
Formidable one at that, so yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as formidable. PLO's a little bit tough to be the best in it, but because of the flips and the gambles and there's too many outs, you know, PLO 5 and 6, the hand is never done until that river. So yeah.
So getting back to that late reg with a 2.5 hours and 30 minute delay, if you're coming through now at the current level, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 4,000, 8,000, right? And you're starting stack 300k, you still can spin up 37.5 big blinds. Ample to work with. And if you're keen, come flick one in. Maybe end up walking away with 7 figures. I mean, Gareth's flopping top pair here shows that Queen 10. Thoughts on that? Just showing your cards in general, especially in this tournament. I mean, if you're going to do it on on the Welcome to Pretoria or any of the smaller events, 100% like a little bit of fun. But yeah, with all these sharks in the water, giving
Yeah,
those information away.
it's also like for me, I sometimes use it as a little bit of leveraging. To get into certain positions, create maybe a table image that you want people to know. Um, that's the reason why some people would table their cards in that spot. Um, yeah, I think Gareth, new to the table, doing exactly that, showing everyone his strength and the fact that he didn't, maybe he wants the person to think next time he's betting into a pot that he has it, and then maybe he might pick a line later on to kind of bluff stab at something, hoping that somebody believes him because of something he did early on. So for me personally, that's how I approach it. I look at it and I table those cards to give the people the image that I want, and then later on you'll see I just keep my cards close. So yeah, I'm a fan of it. I understand. Or I think I understand the strategy behind it. I mean, what's your view on it? How do you feel about the whole thing?
The only way you're going to see my cards is if you pay for them. Simple as that. I'm not giving anything away. Again, this is a game of wits. We're trying to outsmart each other in every street possible. So I will not give anything away, mate. I will try and stay as stone-faced as possible and not give anything away to anybody. But here's a question for you in regarding to the registration side of things. What is your thoughts on late regging, like super late regging a tournament on the last level? It doesn't have to be this tournament, but late regging any event, coming in with super short stack and trying to spin up a stack instead of just sitting here grinding for 9, 10 hours. Because there are a lot of people, a lot of professionals that tend to opt for that kind of route. And there's also a lot of recreational players that do the same thing. So keen to hear what your thoughts might be on that.
Yeah, for me, Chris, I've got to look at a couple of things there. Number one, buy-in. Number two, big blinds that you're coming in for. I don't exactly want to get into a tournament where straight off the bat I need to be flicking it in. I'd like to try and still survive a couple of blind levels where I could pick up spots in order to look for that crucial double up, especially if you're getting late into a competition. I think it very much comes down to situational. Yeah, sure, some of the people out there, I don't think there's going to be many pros that are going to be doing it, because at the end of the day, it's not the optimum way to play a tournament. Let's be realistic here. You know, you want to get into spots where you see as many hands as possible so that you can use that to build a stack throughout the tournament. Not just a once-off, not just a shot in the dark, but more of a consistency to get into more successful positions in a tournament, and again to be able to be playing and vying for that top position. You kind of need a top stack to do it. Yes, sure, I get it. There are the anomaly of stories where that would have happened, but I think realistically and in my opinion, it's not the optimum way to do it. You know, you've got to be trying to get as many hands into that tournament as you possibly can. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter.
Fair enough. And then the second question, if I may, talking about playing hands, in your mind, you know, what's the ideal VPIP for you, for a tournament perspective? Are you playing like a 50% VPIP, or are you playing 50% of the hands? Or are we going from 25 to 35%? I mean, I suppose it's all situational, depending who's on your table. But if we had to just look at it as, you know, a whole overall of everything you play, where would you put yourself kind of in that scale?
Well, where I put myself and where I want to be are two different things. I'm definitely a slightly more aggressive player. Sorry, just crossing back to the action here. There's been an all-in and a call.
Well, yeah.
Or, sorry, an all-in here from Ibn. Peter now with the decision to raise if or to call if he wants to. I think the graphics is a little bit behind there. There's no chance that Peter Deneka only has 800 chips in front of him. uh, but according to my sheets on my side, when Peter came and sat down at the table, he had 558,000 chips. So yeah, nice little pot there for Ibn. Ibn coming into this table with a slightly shorter stack, 176,000. So for him, there's got to be a little bit of navigation going on there, and I think he picked the right time and spot there, built a bit of value, and got it in. You know, gave it over to Peter, gave him, like we'd say proverbially, gave him a little bit of rope, and yeah, he certainly did. But yeah, getting back to it, VPIP optimum level. You know, let's talk through this because there's a couple of things in my opinion, and I want to hear your opinion on it. But I'd like to be at the range of between, say, 18 to 27%, okay, of hands. There is arguments for the more aggressive player. I mean, we saw earlier on the graphics there, Marco Okii, obviously we know his level of aggression into play. He was on, I think, 35 or 39%. A little bit high in my opinion, but again, that's the style of play that Marco chooses to go with. Whereas I think a good range to be in would be the mid to high 20s. You know, I think that's a really good way to do it. Where I think I am when I'm playing in tournaments myself, I'm definitely up there with Marco in terms of VPIP. Not as successful as he is. Obviously, the cashes that he's gotten in the last couple of months has been really good. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
So from my side, I tend to play anything between like 27 and 32% around there. 27 to 32% around there. I just find that's a sweet spot. And obviously, the deeper you run in tournaments, the wider your ranges and opening ranges will get. So you'll find that your VPIP does become a lot bigger. Point in case, Max Neverson last night, four-handed, absolutely just like destroying the table by widening his range and just putting maximum pressure on it. He's got to put that. Can we get that shirt made for him? Hey, maximum pressure, and then like the max.
We could. We could.
And just like
Definitely, we
inverted
put out
commas, the max. You know.
we actually put out a question to the viewers earlier on before the break, and we asked a couple of them to come up with nice British appropriate names for Max. Obviously, not trying to degrade his demeanor or anything like that, or his image. But some interesting ones came through from Sasha Naidu, the hedgehog, Gareth Duncan with the British bulldog for sure, or the fearsome fox. You know, and maybe again, you know what Gareth's saying there is he has got that witty, almost like sly way of playing. You know, not that he's trying to, but let's call it deceiving. You know, he's very deceiving. He's very lost my words on this one, but you know what I mean. Like, he's cunning. He's cunning. He's absolutely cunning. That's the thing, and that's what a fox does. So, Gareth, to you, well done. That might be a little bit more appropriate. He's very clever in the way he plays the game, and we've seen a pro on form. That's as simple as that, And
Got the perfect one for him. Got the perfect one for him. The governor.
what is it?
The governor. The
The
governor.
governor.
Or if you really want to go, anybody seen Fight Club? Bricktop. It's just. Bricktop was an absolute boss in that movie, yeah. But yeah, I think governor works. I mean, those are proper suggestions as well. But yeah, like so that's my 2 cents. That's between 27, 30, 32, yeah, between 27, 32, 35 around there, winding up. Further we go. You don't want to do your absolute life in the early stages of the tournament by playing excessive amount of hands, pick your spots, make sure you get maximum value on every street, and then take it from there. Looks like Gareth just don't think these are correct. Oh, okay, it has been. So it's open. Edgar made 35 guys got out the way. Edgar Antizana, another crusher in his own right.
Yeah, Edgar and I have had a very good relationship over the years, obviously through poker. He's somewhat always been the voice of reason on my shoulder, and he's always really given me some good advice when we've gone and spoken and chatted about certain things. Very successful businessman, loves playing on the SunBet Poker Tour. I think he just loves the game of poker in general. Him and his mate Ray Adams always together, the terrible twins. Wherever one goes, the other one goes. It's pretty much like myself and Chad Moorman.
Yeah.
Wherever one goes, the other one goes. And yeah, it's cool to see and cool to watch that relationship between the two of them.
Yeah. Speaking of Ray Adams, also a very well esteemed player in his own right. He's taken down a couple of titles, locally and internationally. So yeah, I mean another one to watch out for. Right, Cyril on the hijack with ace 9 off. Matt gets out the way with a king 6. Lum ace 8 of hearts coming along there. All right, to the flop. Queen 5 fold, 2 spades. Someone who opened initially to 25k, holding that ace of spades. See how the hand plays out here. Gets through. Right, so we're back to it, yeah. So in the middle position, picks up ace king. 26 to go. With a Matt, queen deuce. Adam. Picks the call. Evan gets out the way. See what the first 3 bring. Deuce 3-5. 2 hearts there. What's your thoughts here? Does get check bet or or oh, just check.
Check as
Like they're working quicker than
result.
we are. There we go. That's the fun card, especially the Ace of Hearts.
That's the prime action card you could ask for on the turn. We'll definitely see Surin going at it, but Adam being the aggressor that he is, he might get, might try and spice it up a little bit here. So let's just watch and hear if we can hear some of the players commenting on it.
I definitely think he's going to get stickier. It looks like he's just opted to make the call. Who's gonna rip? Who's gonna rip? Cause check. I've got a little lifeline there, huh?
Yeah, no, I think I heard Surin passing the coins across the table going, yeah, getting a little bit lucky there, didn't you? Yeah, but a really wet board there. And for the viewers out there that don't know the terminology and what it means, you know, it's it's when there's a lot of things happening on the board. Let's put it in layman's terms. There's a lot of things happening on the board. There's flush draws out there, straight draws out there. You know, many a two-pair complete there with the ace on the turn. So yeah, pretty wet boards. So both players a little bit cautious. I thought Adam might take a little bit more of a strong stance there, but obviously playing the hand out with caution purely because of the fact that it was such a wet textured board. Chris, is that
100%.
the right terminology?
Yeah, you're on the money there, buddy. You're on the money. Also, I mean, look, if you look at it, he was pondering that raise because it does complicate things a bit. If, for example, now the fourth heart had to fall off on the river after he did go for that raise, it's going to make it extremely difficult for someone to actually find a call there. Fortunately for him, they peeled off that four, should I say? So the wheel was on board. So, yeah, that could have gone a different way. I mean, hearts on the turn, goes check, and then you just overbet pot like 2.5x overbet pot, and you put your opponent in such a sick spot. There's an interesting question for you. The use of the overbet. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's all about timing with the overbet. You've got to make sure that, yes, I mean, again, might play into the fact that early on, show a couple of bluffs when you put in a good solid overbet. Early on, that is. So that later on you can go to value town with certain hands, pick up rivers where you could represent missing a flush or something, and just applying pressure onto the players. Sometimes for me, an overbet can actually be more of a value bet. That's just my view on it. I like to sometimes use it. Maybe get a guy to think that, oh yeah, maybe there's a chance to rip it in here. That's where I'm going to with that. Again, I'm not the technical one here, but that's just my view on it. It is interesting. It is an interesting question. I'm not a massive fan, just from a technical point of view, but I do get the use of it, and I see where it goes in and where it's appropriate at a lot of the time.
No, for sure. I mean, like you said, time and a place for it at the end of the day. There's certain predicaments and spots that you can utilize the overbet, like you said, as extracting maximum value from your opponent at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see some of that implemented today in the tournament, just to give the guys at home watching an idea of how effective it could be, or could also be to your detriment. That was a big word, huh? Yes, boy.
Rolled off the tongue for you this morning, Boyki. That's good.
On autopilot, man.
Autopilot.
Yeah, it's just got the dictionary popping there, man.
Yeah, and for our viewers, you're getting the shot now of us here in the commentary box. You can see we live in the room here at the back. It's so cool. We had a guy like Okii come up to the box earlier on to bring us a little bit of popcorn, and
Good man.
good man. And yeah, he's a proper gent. We really appreciate characters like Okii on the league, especially just being such a gent of a human being. So yeah, please, any of our viewers out there, we encourage you guys. If you come down to Times Square, come say hello, come pop in, come get behind the mic. We're always happy to have some players behind the mic to have a chat, and yeah, come say hi.
I was,
That's the
yeah,
place.
pop in, come say hi, give us your thoughts. The room's filling up nicely, Nick. If I'm not mistaken, the satellite should be starting soonish.
Yes, yeah, there should be a free roll satellite starting soonish. I can't see the plays yet. There might have been a change to the schedule, but we'll give you an update on that one as well.
Actually, no, buddy. Sorry to interrupt there. 7 o'clock tonight. It's the 20 seats, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's the 7 o'clock one. But I think there was a schedule for on the schedule for 3 o'clock one. But we'll give you
We
guys an
shall
update as
confirm,
soon
yeah.
as that.
You can just hear the like how tense. We can actually feel how tense things are in the room. You know, there's not much talking going on the other tables here. Everyone's basically staring into each other's souls and trying to make the most of this opportunity they have to try and scoop. I mean, that's still the sickest table there. Darren Kramer, Joe Solomon, of course, last year's runner-up in the main, Alan Young, has joined the mix. Jumped in there between Jared and Sugi.
Yeah, no,
Could
it's
be
a
a worse
crazy
spot on the
table, and
table.
I see Joe Sonetti sitting at seat
Huh?
9 as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
history repeats itself here, huh?
Yep.
That is, I mean, yeah, no, that is quite a sick table. And then Franco's to his left.
No, that's crazy.
I know, mate.
Good.
Good luck to that. I mean, every table is difficult. Every table is extremely difficult. Also, there's not so much of the people actually railing the table, the feature table, as we speak. Maybe we can try and get a shot of the room itself. Maybe you could grab young Jamie and he can have a chat to a couple of Oaks later for us. See how they're feeling. But back to the action here. Mac has bumped it up to 26,000 to go. Peter coming along. Looks like he's clicked back. 106 to go. Utilizing that button after the Max opened UTG +1. See what Mac does here. I mean, Mac's still got quite a big stack behind. 446. Blocking jacks, blocking aces. He also doesn't want to really play this hand on the position. Personal opinion, at this sizing here, if you 4-bet fold, you can't really 4-bet fold. You're just basically jamming, getting your player to well. So, I mean, then again, you really don't leave yourself much in regards to, like, on the flop side of things from a betting perspective. But the power of the button, huh?
Yeah, the button is certainly that, Chris. There's a lot to navigate with it, but it is the power position on the table. It's the ultimate position to have. For those of you that don't know, the dealer button is the last player to act after the flop, all right, or on the flop and after the flop. It gives you so much more information, betting action. You can watch the play unfold. You know, it's known for that because of your action is lost. You know, you get to just determine where you stand in the hand, and you get a lot more decision making and time to do that from that spot. So yeah, pretty.
You also want to, if you have a sec, just explain the concept of the big blind ante for the folks at home that don't know. Yeah, just in a couple of layman's terms, type of thing, nothing too technical.
No. Listen, you're the technical guy around here. Yeah, look, the big line ante has become a worldwide popular inclusion, should I say, purely for the fact that in the past, playing in live tournaments is not the same as online. If you play in online, sure, the antes coming off your stack is very quickly, but it goes very quickly. Sorry, but in a live tournament, you need as much hands per hour as possible. And in the past, what I was doing was just slowing down the dealer's play too much by having to collect antes from each player on the table. So what they came up with was this whole idea of the big blind ante, and it's helped tremendously. I was chatting to Jamie about it the other day, about how it changes your big blind strategies and stuff like that. And you gotta kind of accept it, that it is what it is. It's still an ante. It would have totaled the same amount as you would have had all the way around. Once you'd gone through it in full rotation, and it's purely just sped up the game. So no like fanciness to it. No, it's not there to add extra pressure. It's just your taxes that you got to pay as a player on the table to get involved.
Well, for sure, yeah. I mean, the pressure does get added on there if you're getting short and deep into the tournament. Every rotation, you're paying basically double the big blind. So it can get a bit crazy at times. But it looks like Edgar's opened up here, UTG plus 1 to 20k, and Mac has come along. 10-5 deuce, two spades. What does Mac opt to do here? I mean, for the big line. Over to Edgar. Edgar gets it through. Looks like he bet 30k there. He went about 60%. Yeah, we've still got about 2.5 hours left in the late reg for the Mega Millions. If you're keen to come and have a go, pop in, jump in, and you'll be able to have about 32.5 big blinds, if I'm not mistaken. Give it a nice little shot to spin that up. So tomorrow we've got the Super Stack, which will be starting at 3, and then one of my personal favorite events, the Business Person Invitational, is on the Sunday, which is going to be sick. Actually, no, sorry, it starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday, so you guys should come pop in and watch that if you'd like. It's going to be sick. Businessmen on one table, pros on the other table. They play down, and then they amalgamate the tables where everybody is mixed up together. Right, so Max opened up here on the small blind, made a 20k. Adam's out the way. Over to Gareth, 12th call. Gareth makes the call. Jack 7-6, 2 clubs. Gareth finding the lot there. Mac donks out 30,000. Gareth is flats. A lot of interesting turn cards here. Magna picks up that gut shot, but Gareth's blocking it, so he's only got 2 outs and that ace. $50,000 is the bet. 55, sorry. Let's see what Mac opts to do here. He's got that gutter. But bet flop. Check bet. And he folds. Gareth clearly gets someone through. Nice bets. Welcome back, Mr. Gora.
Thank you. Some beautiful shots there of the Sun Times Square sign outside. It is an incredible area, Menlyn. Even as a Cape Townian, I love coming here. It is one of my favorite stops purely because of the infrastructure that you have as a player. The hotel's very comfortable. The amenities around the casino are very cool to go to, as well as within the casino. Um,
100%.
as we experienced last night, Chris, we went and enjoyed a little bit of an off night. A couple of drinks were had, and we visited the. Also, we got a chance to step outside, which we don't get a lot to do. I mean, we're spending 13 hours of commentary inside this casino, so when we do get an opportunity, it's lovely to go and eat at the nearby restaurants. Chris, you had what looked like an incredible snitchel in front of you. We
Yep.
already spoke about our.
Good form.
we had a great wagyu burger, which was fantastic, and yeah, heading back to the
Yeah,
action. Yeah.
that place we went to last night, not the restaurant itself, the center. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, back to the action. Khalil gets out the way. Surrey 9-10 on the cutoff. Off it goes Mac, Jack 5. Over to Adam. It's always going to open here. Thinking of his reputation. But little does he know, Edgar Antizana is no pushover. He'll defend. Well, Edgar does toss that one away, huh?
Yeah, he surprises everybody every now and then.
Let's make it exciting. Every time you win a hand, you show one. We all agree. Does the winner shows one? Who's in?
Except for showdown.
Yeah, showdown. But
Lum trying to get a little bit of an edge there, getting everybody to show one card if they scoop the hand.
he doesn't mind. You show one. Every time you win, you show one. Doesn't matter. Show one. Right, everybody's in.
I will never do that ever.
Show one. Laughing you. There's 18 queen there. You open it 2 over. Crazy. I think it's a good move. We're on, right?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Let's get in there. You in, Doc?
Salam, as he's known to us, he is a character. You've been having a proper chuckle there, going, Lum there going to everybody saying to them, guys, let's make a pact that if you muck in your hand and it's a bluff, you got to show at least one card. I think that was said, Chris.
No. So basically, what happens? You win a hand, you have to show one card of that, of your hand.
Nice.
So it's some free information at the end of the day. Huh?
Well, let's see who sticks to it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see because it was a very loose agreement from Surinaidu across the table. And
yeah, sure, why not?
Lum assumed that meant for everybody. So let's see. I know a character like Gareth Khalil might just get involved. But definitely not a strategy that's optimum to any situation. And I know, Chris, obviously what you just said about exposing cards, you need to pay. If you don't want to pay, you don't get to see my cards.
All right, speaking of Lum, here he is, Ace Queen on the big. Looks like Peter made it 21k to go. Under the gun. Ten-8 deuce rainbow. All right, look, let's check you out there. Sweat with Peter here.
Yeah, interesting because obviously eliminating a lot of ranges of aces here, obviously combinations of queens. Yeah, it'll be interesting to catch up with Peter about that later on. But he picked a hard line from under the gun, making it 21,000 when the blinds are 4-8. That's quite steep as for us as poker players. And then Lum just doing what Lum does best. Don't get involved if you don't need to. It's still early days in the tournament. I know when he starts feeling a little bit of stack pressure and big blind pressure, then he starts navigating a little bit differently. You'll see him what looks to be out of character maneuvers, but he's got a strategy whereby if he reaches a certain amount of blinds, he knows what aggression line he's going to pick, and he's pretty good at it. He's also a stalwart on the SunBet Poker Tour. Plays almost every series that he can, and we wish him all the best for the entire series.
On to the next year. See what Peter does. Gets out the way though. Going to take it at 7 deuce. Trying to get it to Mark. Mark follows suit. Edgar 9-7 on the button. Edgar's been very quiet, but still early stages for him. Again, man's an absolute crusher.
18.
Just want to show one card, that's all.
18k, Lumps just flattered. Eben, that 9-10 off on the big. 10k call. Getting almost 4.5 to 1 on his money. All right, Edgar in position here. Ace King 4, 2 hearts. Now I'm finding second pair. Edgar, 30,000. Faster than the speed of light there with that call. Lum. Turns a 9. There was a 4. Check.
Yeah, I think a fair play, and the hand kind of played it the way it should have gone. Lum snapping on the flop they gave Edgar every indication that he might have a combination of an ace or a king, and turn the 9 didn't even really fire anything up for Edgar. He just knew his position, and he kind of picked up early on where he was at. I'm surprised Lum didn't really make a value bet there on the river. I think he should assume that at that stage he's got something in. But again, you know, Edgar, little bit of a dark card on this table. Everybody knows him, but you also never know where you stand with him. And like in that instance, 9-7 suited on the button. Nice position to have that hand. Not the strongest of hands, and not the greatest of boards when you're getting snapped off, pre-snapped off on the flop, and then yeah, and kind of went the direction we expected it to.
Two four.
You don't want that.
That's sorry. What did you say? The range is 24. 24,000. Can you hear me?
Three times the blind. I fold. Monster's good for you. Look at I'm still good. You won. Sharing.
I saw a lot of diamonds coming there.
The full diamond right now.
Gareth there keeping conversation fresh around the table, having a laugh with everyone. Yeah, this is what we love, and this is, for me, one of the biggest reasons why I got into live poker. It was the social aspect, the social aspect of chatting to live people around the table. I enjoyed the challenge during COVID of having to shift online and playing online poker, which I really enjoyed. Sometimes find myself literally grinding up to 16 tables at once. It was near impossible, so I promptly went down to 4 to 6 because that's where it was a lot more comfortable. But just not the same. Chris, this is this is what for me makes poker poker. Having all the information, table dynamics, looking people in the eyes, seeing what body language they're giving off, but just the banter around the table, meeting new people. I love socializing. There's no two ways about it. I love networking, love to find out people, but more importantly, I love listening. I love listening to people around the table and the stories that they have to tell. And on that note, I'm going to hand over to Chris to do the hand analysis going forward. And Jamie McCarthy's the GTO Wizard's going to be back in the box to take you guys to the next hour to the break. Chris, thanks a lot. Enjoy. And we will catch up with you later.
Sweet, thanks, Nick. Looks like Edgar's picked up Ace Queen. He makes it 22k to go. Gareth Khalil on the big blind. Has come along. It's 48 in the middle. King 5-5. 2 clubs. Seven of hearts on the turn. Edgar's still in front here. It's going to check. There's the ace of the river. And Edgar going to reach off for some chips. Should get this one through. Welcome back, Jamie McCarthy.
Thank you, Chris. Glad to be back in the booth. See, we've got a new feature table. Chris, any notable characters to keep an eye on?
So many, bud. So many. I mean, Edgar, Adam, Gareth Khalil.
Awesome.
So much action.
It's been busy.
Yeah. It's so give me an update. Lum has asked the table if they are willing to open one card if you win a hand.
Wow.
And I think it's kind of a mixed reaction, but we'll see. No one's actually done it as of yet.
Okay.
All right, do you want to walk us through this one, Jane?
Yeah, so it looks like Lum has picked up pocket tens here in the hijack. Raises that one up. Ace Queen here for Gareth Khalil in the small blind. Let's see if he finds a 3-bet. Turin folds. And Gareth is going to get this one through.
No, that was Lum. Lum got the 3. Gareth folded his Ace Queen.
Sorry. Oh, apologies.
Yeah. No worries, bud. It's all good. Just very interesting.
Familiar with all these new characters on the table.
As a look at our chip count, Evan at the bottom with 20 bigs, Lum right at the top with 89. The V-pips, as you can see there.
All right, over to the action here. We have Adam waking up with Ace King under the gun. Blinds are currently 4,000, 8,000, 8,000 for the big blind ante. Makes it 24. Jack 10 here for Mark in the cutoff. Sitting on just over 20 big blinds, he puts in the cold call here. Goes folds his dealer button. Zero and lets it go, and king queen suited here for Mac on the big blind. He just checks it back. Apologies, puts in the call. All right, 3 ways to a flop we go. Jack 8-3, all spades. Mark holding the 10 of spades here.
Check.
36. Got you another 28.
No, more. 30, 24, 25.
No. It's Edgar.
And puts in the c-bet. Makes the ball here with his top pair and a flush draw.
Looks like he got that one through. The Mark's sticking to that show 1 card, but they implemented. I wonder how long that's going to last.
Yeah, that's quite a interesting dynamic on the table now. Everyone has to show 1 card. Maybe he's going to use this to his advantage, you know, getting as much data on all the players as he can going further on into the tournament.
Fine. Please. Thank you.
Welcome to any new viewers watching the stream. This is the 25k Mega Million event. We've smashed the guarantee. Prize pool's looking around almost 2 million now. Got quite an interesting little feature table going on. And yeah, please do leave any comments, any suggestions, criticisms. We're more than happy to hear them. And hope we can bring you guys some interesting and good hand analysis throughout the duration of the stream.
Alrighty. Back to it. Action on Edgar. Sends it back. Lum will definitely be opening up here. 16,000. Another gun +1. Because fold. Queen 5 on the button. Over the Mac. 8-6.
2 suited cards here for Adam in the big blind.
Yeah, he'll defend very, very wide here to that min click.
Yeah. Especially any 2 suited cards, definitely worth a call, definitely worth seeing a flop.
King 4-10. 2 hearts. Both players finding some of that flop.
Lum puts in the c-bet about half pot. And let's see if Adam can get sticky here.
Gets it through.
Mark commenting that if there was 1 more club on the flop, he would have came along to see a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now what do you do? I scream and declare the four. I see my say the name.
Right, so we straight back at it. Lum under the gun. Over to Mark. It's out the way. Goes Khalil. Tosses those 7 into Mark. Adam with King Queen here on the small blind. 25 to go. Iggy with King 4.
No, favorite.
Gets it through.
Mr. Lum pointing out there that he has to show 1, and he flips over the King of Spades. Adam doesn't too keen on that show 1, but it's been put in place on the table, and I guess unfortunately for him, he's going to have to adhere to that for the time being.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. He's more than welcome to do his own thing.
Fair enough. All right, over to the next hand. Eben under the gun here. Sitting on 20 big blinds. He's going to let that go. Pocket 9s for Mark under the gun +1. Certainly worth an open. And he makes it 25 to go. Balls around to Mac, who wakes up with pocket 10s in the cutoff. Puts in the call. Lum here going to defend with Queen 9 suited in his big blind.
Things are starting to get interesting.
3 ways to a flop. Big flop for Lum with a flush draw. Pocket 10 still ahead. Nothing for Mark with his 9s here. Mark does indeed lead with his 9s.
Aggressive jack.
Duncan
Mark gets
said.
out of the way with his 10s. Seven of hearts on the river brings a blank. Mark's 9s are going to hold up here. A little bit on the river gets it done. Lum folds and Mark takes down 107,000 chips.
That was a very interesting spot, though.
That was. I thought it would play it a little bit differently. Mark decides to lead out with his pocket 9s, and ultimately it got him the win for this play.
Nice little shot there of the outer tables. You can see the room is actually getting rammed. There's all Riddle for E, Golf 9, Mac at the back there. Oh, sorry, Maverick at the back there. Ray Adams. Mark Damata. Queen 10 UTG. He flats there. Edgar on the button. Lum will defend with his Queen 5. Yeah, but King 7. Option. 3 to flop. Six, eight, nine, 2 hearts.
3 hearts.
Sorry, 3 hearts, yeah. This should get spicy. Evan holding that 7 with the King of Hearts. Lum holding the 5 of diamonds. Bob with the Queen of diamonds. Sorry, Queen of Hearts. Losing my mind here. Also with that gut shot. So everybody's got a piece of something here. Or looking to get a piece of something.
Yep.
So
Eben double checking his cards there, making sure he is indeed holding that King of Hearts, and he is going to lead this one out. That's about half pot, 17,000. Mark is going to float it over here with his Queen of Hearts, hoping to catch another heart. Unknowingly for him, he might find himself in a lot of trouble. Off to the turn we go. 5 of clubs changes nothing.
actually gives Evan the straights.
Yeah.
Like to see a check here. Good man.
There we go, yeah. And that will certainly entice Mark to take a stab.
Just take your time and throw the 1 chip in. Don't raise. Don't raise. I don't know, maybe Mark will flick it in here thinking it's good with his gut shot and his flush draw, yeah. So thin though. Gets it through.
Strong arm Mark out of this position. I think he value cut himself a little bit, but he did show the King of Hearts and not the 7, just for a little bit of deception there.
Yeah.
Now that you won, you sure the discount was not appreciated.
Back 10 here for Gareth under the gun. Puts in the call. Kings here for Adam in the hijack. I think we'll see a 3-bet. Apologies, not a 3-bet, it's just a raise. 28,000. Ace Queen for Edgar. This could get quite interesting.
28.
So, it calls, both blinds fold, action on Gareth. Playing out of position under the gun here with Jack 10. Let's see what he decides to do.
Seven, four. All right.
Gareth going to use his under the gun position here to his advantage, putting in a 3-bet, hoping to get a bit of respect from the other players, but Adam does in fact have pocket kings. He's not going anywhere. I believe Adam just ripped it in. 222,000 to go. Gareth counting out his chips here. A little bit of posturing, he doesn't look too happy. Try to make a move with Jack 10 offsuit under the gun. A little bit of posturing.
Adams just ripped it in the kings, huh?
Yeah, so interesting action here. Gareth limps under the gun. Adam raises, gets 3-bet by ace-queen in the small blind, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the ace-queen called. Gareth 3-bets with the Jack 10, using his range to his advantage. Unfortunately, he does run into Adam, who snap shoves with kings. And Gareth,
Really contemplating this.
yeah. Maybe he's just a non-believer. I think that pre-flop action, though, should raise a couple red flags in Gareth's mind.
Which he does.
And he ultimately lets this one go. Very, very interesting pre-flop action here. Not really textbook, in my opinion. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's all it is.
Hey, got through, huh?
Yeah.
Got it through. Scoop of the chips.
Yeah. Good shove from Adam. Gareth using quite a bit of his time banks there. He still has a few remaining. And Adam ultimately going to take down a pretty good pot.
Yeah, every bit helps, huh? At the end of the day.
All right, off to the next hand we go. Surin, Queen 4 offsuit under the gun. That's going to go to the muck. Action on Mac. Lets his hand go. So does Adam. Folds around to Edgar. Jack 5 suited. Folds that. Queen Jack here for Lum on the cutoff. Quite an aggressive player. Opening a lot of hands. He's definitely going to open this one up.
Looks like he's made a 20k to go. Over to Gareth on the big. Nine deuce. Passes that into the muck.
Which one? Right or left?
All right, on to the next time we go. Just letting the guys have their bit, and as you can hear, they going over the hand, showing the cards and all those bits. So we are currently on 4,000, 8,000 from a blind level perspective. And then we are going to 510. 5,000, 10,000 with a 10,000 ante. And then after that, a little dinner break.
All right, action over to Mac. Ace 8 suited under the gun. Got more than 30 big blinds. This is pretty standard open, I think, Chris.
Yeah, I will not fault that at all. Evan, Ace 6 of hearts.
Sorry, I thought Mac raised. He actually just put in the flat call there.
Yeah, he just flatted, yeah.
Allowing Irvin to flat behind. And Surin checks his big blind.
Through the flop. Nuts for Evan. And 2 pair for Surin.
This could get interesting, Chris.
Yeah. Let's see. Does Surin opt donk lead here? By the looks of it, yes.
And Irvin gonna absolutely love the fact that Surin is leading into him here. Nothing for
Alright,
Mac,
so
he's
Max
gonna
gonna
try and go.
just call. Just call. Just call. Just calls.
Here we go, yeah.
Right to the turn. About a jack of clubs or something like that peels off. 9 of hearts. Sorry, 9 of diamonds, spades. Yo, what's going on with me? Goes it again.
Quick call from Irvin. Can't
Right, so we've got 190 in the middle.
Surin drawing slim. And a 3 of spades on the river. Irvin
Shows nothing.
check mark.
Goes small sizing.
Very small
55.
size. Certainly get a little bit more value here considering Surin led the flop, led the turn.
I mean, again, you could have some 3s as well, but I'm just thinking about like 3s. 3, 4, ace 3, some 5 3s. I think he gets 9 3s, 8 3s. I mean, some of those random combos you could have.
Yep.
But I like the sizing from Evan as well. Giving him a nice price to come along with his 2 pair. Or you could get tricky.
Irvin an absolute gent offering to show him if he folds.
Tricky spot here, 2 pair versus the nut flush. And he makes the call. He's going to see the bad news. Nut. That could have been a lot worse. But even picking up a nice size pot, 292,000. Just to think, that was a starting stack. Basically 300,000
Oh, yeah.
was starting stack. There's a shot of Moon and his classic bullet card protector on the outside, accumulating a nice little stack to himself.
Here's a fun fact for the viewers out there. The odds of flopping a flush is 0.8%.
And he found it. And he got paid. Right, off we go.
Twice. 4-2 for Adam under the gun, he folds. Pocket 2s for Edgar here.
Edgar being awfully quiet. 20,000 to go.
Edgar's a sneaky guy.
Love opting to come, to flats there. Queen 9 here. 16,000 for Surin to call, which he has. And Mac has called 2. So it's 4 to the flop.
88k in the pot, and off to a flop we go.
Jack 3. Crazy thing, deuces are still ahead there. Yeah. Edgar. Going for that C-bet. Sizing he goes. 30,000.
That's about 1/3. And he gets this through. I'm ordering him there to show 1, and he flips over
Right.
the deuce.
They put the tricks, yeah.
Yeah, myself and Nick were having a little discussion earlier regarding the show 1 story. Like I said to him, only time you're going to see my cards, Paul, is if you're going to pay for them.
Yeah.
Pay to see them, that's it. I'm not giving anything away at this stage of the game, or especially in this tournament as well.
Yeah.
Because it can all be to your detriment.
It can only be to your detriment, Chris. Well, in
Yeah.
certain situations, I guess, showing a bluff or something could send a player off the rails. But I'm on the same page with you there. Players are only seeing my cards if they pay me.
All good. All good.
Right, Lum gets out the way.
I don't think I like this game.
Mark falls. Khalil doesn't have any card in front of him. Soon folds. Mac on the small blind. 40,000 total. King 9. Adam gets out the way. Yeah, the stream's just catching up there. Shows that the GFX is just catching up in regards to the cards. You see Gareth got up, ended up having ace queen. Is what it is. Right, Lummy under the gun, King 9. Comes along. Yemen sends it to the mark. Over the mark. Reaching for some chips. Nice little overview shot of the table.
Looks like Mark put in 27.
76 with diamonds. Khalil will definitely do something here, I think. I do like a 3-bet here, though, in the hijacking position.
Yeah.
But he's on just to flatten. So in Jack 8. The gapper. Queen 10. Mark gets that out the way. Adam, small blind. And Edgar sends it in. Right, over to Lum. Calls. Doing a flop. Queen 10, 6, 2 spades. Mark flop in the open ender. Gareth flop in bottom pair. And Lum with his gut shot. 8 on the turn. Brings the third spade. Mark's still up. Now he adds that flush draw to his list of things.
Yeah. Gareth's still ahead here with his pair of 6, strangely enough.
And he makes the call.
Yeah, King of Spades, second nut flush draw for Mark. He leads this one out.
Lum gets out the way. 22 or 20 odds.
And he misses.
Doesn't find it. It's basically half the deck.
Yeah.
Mark.
They call that too many outs.
Too many odds, yeah. I mean, Gareth, yeah.
Gareth's
62,000.
With second bottom pair, Gareth is good.
Putting Gareth to the test here. Will he be able to find the call?
Certainly looks like a value bet coming out of
Makes the
Mark here,
call.
turning his hand into a bluff.
Shows absolute air. Garrett's going to be super happy there.
I really
295.
like this. Yeah, I really like this bet on the river from Mark. It's a mandatory bluff spot. You know, he flops the open ender, he turns the second nut flush draw, and the river's a brick. You know, there's only one way he's going to win this hand, and that's if he turns it into a bluff. Unfortunately, Gareth made the call. His six was good, but I really like that bluff coming out of Mark.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just personally think the sizing it needs to go a little bit higher, a little bit more. But otherwise, I mean, great spots, especially holding the king of spades. Really tough spot. I mean, it wasn't just an easy call. But Gareth did manage to find it. Got the other table there.
All right, over to hand number 69 of the day. Ace 9 under the gun for Eben. He's going to raise this one up to 26, I think.
26. 1,000.
Gareth is up. Yeah, just opts to flat the tens there to Eben's UTG Open.
And Gareth certainly playing very tricky on this feature table.
Wow, look at this. Turn with nines. Also flats. Would love to see Adam. If Adam clicks like, yeah, no. I'm feeling it. You could just flats, but he could also get out of line here. A nice little squeeze spot.
Yeah, I think a player like Adam could definitely find the squeeze.
Thinking about it, but no. Flats the fives. Edgar Jack 9 comes along. And to Lum.
And this is turning out to be quite an action-packed hand here. Queen, King offsuit for Lum in the big blind. He puts in the call.
I mean, 6 to a flop here. And everybody with legitimate holdings too.
Yeah. Okay, Lum put in the three bet. That was an orange chip in there. Orange
that
chips
was
are
orange
100k. And I think Lum has to find a 3-bet here. Pretty much.
Great squeeze spot as well.
Yeah.
The guys trying to get some information here.
26.
And if you're Gareth here, what do you think your options are? Do you think he could just 4-bet rip it in?
Definitely an option here, knowing that Lum is capable of squeezing out of the blinds.
And there's just so much value in this pot. 265,000 chips in the middle already. It's a big spot. Gareth has a really strong premium hand here. And it's quite interesting considering the flats from Surin and Adam. I think they're kind of capping their ranges there. You know, if they do have better hands, kind of like queens, aces, kings, they're going to be putting in 3-bet. So this
100%. I mean, the only way I personally think that's going to get through, considering the sizing that Lum went for, is that 4-bet jam. Simple as that.
Unfortunately, Gareth doesn't find it. He lets his 10s go. They go straight into the muck. Action here on Surin. And this is certainly the most action-packed pre-flop hand of the day. Hand number 69. Couldn't have been any other one.
Adam, find the 4-bet. Find it. Find it.
If I'm telling you now, Chris, if anyone's going to find it here, I think it's Adam.
Oh, well done. Well done, Lum. Great squeeze.
Yeah. takes down 130,000 chips for his effort. 13 big blinds get added to his stack. And that was a really good squeeze from him.
It's a queen, it's a queen. I promise you, it's a queen.
I don't know if you heard Adam Nays thinking, I was thinking about clicking back as he did to Edgar. Would have been such a spot. Lam would never be able to call off there.
Yeah.
It's basically grabbing a full starting stack if he pulls the trigger there. But again, easy for us to see it and call it when we see everything.
There's probably a reason we're up here in the commentary booth and they are actually on the field playing.
100%, my buddy.
All right,
Some
10-5.
interesting timepieces, floating about.
Yeah.
All right. Gareth 7-3 off. So if I'm not mistaken, Jamie, I think we've got 12 or so minutes left of this break, or till the break, till the dinner break. And the folks will be going on a hour-long break, if I'm not mistaken, for dinner. So yeah, let's call the action till then. Mac, pocket nines, makes it 32. Edgar out the way.
Interesting sizing there, 3.2 big blinds.
Evan comes along. All right, let's just get them to catch up with the cards. 10-5-8, Rainbow. King Jack. Betting on sizing here. 40,000. Snap float. To the turn we go. Can Evan find some equity?
Yeah, lots of interesting.
Yeah, he
cards
can.
here.
What a card out of all the cards. It gives Mac that open-ended straight draw as well. Oh, wow.
Check quickly.
And Mac scoops it there. Finding his open end. Open the draw. Evan gets out the way.
The big clown. Guaranteed.
Alrighty, on to the next hand we go. Action thus far here, Jamie. It's been very interesting to say the least.
Yeah, no, this has been quite an entertaining feature table. Ace-8 for Gareth under the gun. As I get a little bit ahead of myself.
Alrighty, Gareth. It's the muck it goes. Thrown for deuce. Very interesting. That's 7-8 of spades, Paul for Mac.
I'd love to open
Edgar.
like that.
Edgar with ace 10.
King 6 for Mark. He's going to check this one back. 3.5.
5-3. Yeah.
Ace high still good here. Mark checks it over to Edgar. 9 of clubs on the turn. 9 of spades on the river actually goes check, check. And Edgar's ace high is good. Relatively small and calm pot compared to a couple of the previous ones we've had.
Big question though. If I raised it, are you flatting or palming over?
But you wouldn't do 120 something.
No. Yeah. No, but I'm saying, would you have called or would you repop? No, because if I did that, probably was going to fault. I did that from the button.
As we can see here, now Lum, the overwhelming chip leader with quite a few medium stacks amongst the mix.
So if he made it, it was another for 6 years, he's right, I'm gonna Yes.
No, because I was thinking firing, fold, not sure. You know? Yeah.
Ace 8 for here for Adam under the gun +2.
Up to 30. I'm 30,000.
Raises it up to 30. Ace King suited here for Lum in the cutoff. Puts in the 3-bet. Action folds round to Adam, who can't call off with ace 8 offsuit. He does opt to show the ace.
Open face.
But yeah, very standard 3-bet here coming from Lum. Aggressive player, chip leader. He's definitely applying pressure. Some action here on the outer tables. Aces versus kings, absolute nightmare. Cooler spot for the player holding kings. Looks like I believe that is Doc takes down a big pot here. Aces versus kings, Chris. Yep, aces even flop the ace for good measure.
Yeah, absolute story of my life. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know my mic was off for some reason, and I'm talking to myself. I'm looking for someone simultaneously, and yeah, we're only 3 days in, and I'm already doing this. But yeah, no, aces versus kings. It's a horrible spot, but hand plays itself inevitably.
Yep,
Not much you can do.
Make the right move. Never folding kings pre-flop. Action
Alrighty.
under the gun. With 2 unknown cards, he looks quite interested. Cutting out a raise, looks like 25k. 20k actually. Action quickly folds it round to Edgar. For those of you who might have caught it, showed Adam with ace king suited. That was definitely a glitch in the graphics there.
This is the Matrix.
Surin defends his big blind with king 3 suited. Jack 5-8 on the flop. Jack is going to put the c-bet in here.
How much? 4-0.
And a quick fold from Surin.
Still showing that one card game. Yeah?
Yeah, I wonder how long that's going to go on for, Chris.
I don't know. Max is snail and his velociraptor up here. Man's building heaps again. Look at that table. Harold Brooks, Nico there. Max. No easy tables out there at all. Right, so off we go. Right, Edgar. Yeah, over to Lum. Lum's been extremely active as it's always knew he'd be. 9-6 of clubs there. UTG +2. Just flats it there. Evan gets out the way. Over to Gareth. Queen 5. King Queen for Mac.
I'm playing like Edgar now. Yeah, let's shoot. Look at this. It's moon.
9-6-3. 2 spades. Lum flopping top 2 here.
Yeah, and Lum running quite hot today.
That's an understatement. 10,000. Makes the call. Mac's coming for float. Needs a lot of help here. 8 of the turn.
And I think that 8 of diamonds on the turn might be saving grace there for Mac. Checks it over to Lum.
Yeah, just probably check fold.
Yeah, and Mac's going to let that one go. Thanks for the comment, Mike's Dot. Great commentary, gents. Get someone to check the audio. We are aware of that. We're working on it. And we're also working on the player table audio. We'll try to talk you through what the players are saying. Whenever they have something interesting to say, we'll definitely mention it for you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Wonder whose stack that is. It's also got heaps in front of it.
Yeah.
Absolute heaps. As you can see, the orange chip is worth 100,000. Harold Brooks. Uncle Harold accumulating absolutely heaps of chips.
Yeah, man is on form. Just came back from
Absolute
the main event in Tanzania.
Absolute gent and a proper threat at the table. Alrighty. Back to it.
Action quickly folding around. Surin, King 9 off in the dealer button. 375k in his stack, that's about 37 big blinds. Puts in a 26k raise, very standard. Mac gonna just put in a flat call here with Queen Jack in the small blind. And this is certainly gonna invite Adam to defend with pretty much any 2 cards here. Yep, as you can see, 7-6 offsuit. But given the action, Adam does have great pot odds to just put in a call of 16,000 and potentially win a pot of 78. So Adam does flop a 6 here. Mac flops a queen. Gonna lead out with his top pair. Interesting spot here for Adam with middle pair. Very big bet coming from Mac here, 52k.
You.
And shows 1. I think he pulled out the jack there for a little bit of deception. You know, when you are forced to show your cards, it's probably best to show the one that gives the least amount of information. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who just tuned in, the table has a bit of an agreement that if you win a pot, you have to show 1 card.
I hope the camera's on.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. No straw. I mean, yeah, they expect more from you.
All right, off to the next hand here. Action folds round to Gareth 5-3 suited from the hijack. Gareth with 30 big blinds in his stack. And looks like he fancies Olympia. King, Queen for Mac here on the button, playing in position. He's also going to limp in. Over limp, if I might. Edgar in the big blind here. 9-8 offsuit. And he checks his option. Off to a flop we go. 6-8 fort, 2 spades. Edgar hits top pair. Checks it over to Gareth. Gareth having a bit of a chat, checks it back. Mac with 2 overcards here in position, might fancy himself a bit of a bet. Also holding the king of spades for the backdoor flush draw. Puts in what looks like to be 28k, it's about 2/3 pot. Edgar sneakily making the call here with his top pair. And Gareth with the open ender. A lot of outs for him here. He makes the call. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a pot in our hands, 119k in the middle. Off to a turn we go.
4 of spades, yeah. Mac picking up that flush draw as well.
Yeah. He did lead out in position here. Checks all the way round. 7 of clubs gives Gareth the straight from the hijack.
It's a horrible board though.
Yeah, no.
This is an absolutely horrible board.
Paired board, flush draw gets there. Even though he does have a straight, it's a marginal spot at best.
Over to Gareth. Reaching for some chips.
Yeah, I think he's going to be quite happy with his straight here, considering he open limped this pot. Puts in 30k.
Right, 30,000 is the bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it go? Yeah.
He's definitely thinking about something.
If he had to pull the trigger there, it would have been absolutely fantastic. Edgar, though, what are you planning, sir?
I mean, if there's any board you're going to bluff, this is the one.
This
to
is
do
the
it on.
one, yeah. But Gareth gets it through.
At the end of the day, he did have the best hand, and he does get this one through, like you said. 81k gets shipped over in Gareth's direction, as he has a good chuckle. Quite a character here, Gareth.
Work on the technique. Try the swirl, try one
Gareth is enjoying his by himself at the time, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys are having a lot of fun. This has been one of the more fun feature tables we've had at the event so far. A couple characters scattered amongst the in the mix.
Yeah, man, UTG sends it back. King 10.
Mark makes it 25k to go. Gareth's going to get out of the way. Action on Syrian. Holds it over to Mac. 9-5 off, goes straight to the muck. 9-3 off for Adams. Straight to the muck as well. And Lum not even going to bother defending here with his 6-3 off suit. Mark is going to take this one down.
Easy game, huh? Easy game. Yeah. So we've got about, I think it's about 15, plus minus 15 minutes till the break on this end. And we will be going away for about half an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And we should be back. So until then, let's just see what action we get. Floating about. There's old Nick floating about in the crowd there, saying, how's everyone having a chat with Nico?
if you round that 200 range, I just don't mind refiring. How much?
Ten. Up to 28.
Yeah.
20.
Rise. 80.
Up to 8.
All right, looks like we are in for some action here. Gareth opening this pot with pocket eights. Adam 3-betting with ace king suited from the cutoff.
52k, he makes the call.
Casually tossing in that orange 100k chip.
And something to notice, Adam's only got 18 bigs behind, eh?
And he smashes that board, top pair, top kicker. Gareth's going to check this one back, not loving his eights here. Adam's certainly going to see bet, considering he 3-bet this board, absolutely smashes his 3-betting range, and he's just going to stick it all in here. It's about a pot size bet, and there's just no way Gareth can call this one off.
Well, at least he gets what he wants, you know what I want.
Yeah, so Adam picks that one up. And a significant amount of chips to add to his stack. Mr. Gara, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Yeah, been very fun. Been very fun out there, chatting and catching up with some of the players. Gareth, Gareth Khalil pulls me to the side of the table and he goes, "Wait, why aren't you drinking with me today, my bro? Why aren't you drinking with me?" So he's proper having fun out there. I'm sure you guys have seen it on the stream. I do miss this part of being part of the tournament, the socializing and a couple of drinks here and there with the boys. But nothing's stopping me from still having fun with you guys, fun with the players out there, and fun with the viewers, Please, gents and ladies that are listening, we are obviously still experiencing one or two technical issues which we are trying to iron out. And by the end of the dinner break, which is coming up in approximately 15 minutes, we're going to do a full reset on the system and try and get everything in order. But we are appreciating the feedback we are getting. We appreciate the fact that you as the viewers are getting involved in the live chats, and please feel free to message in with any comments that you might have, and any suggestions. We are here, we are live, we are raw, we are vulnerable, and just getting into the commentary box here, watching the two boys operating has been absolutely incredible. And I have to laugh because I got in here and Chris is pretty much, he's even in hysterics now. Chris, what is going on with you? Oh, jeez. Is it something that I said that triggered you? Do you want to share it with the viewers? No? Why is your chair so low, my boy? What's going on there? Anyway, over to the action here. Sir Naidu with King 5 under the gun. Not going to get too freaky at this stage. Probably he's hungry and wants to get to a break. Chris, you want to tell us what happened there, boy? Why did you...
No. I just had a chuckle to myself and I ended up breaking down. I think you broke me. You broke me, so I just had to recoup myself. But back to actually on the cutoff. There's King O. 854,000. Been on an absolute heater of late.
Khalil coming along here with 4-3.
No, you're going to get that one in the mark. The game is still going on. I'm actually going to go find Chad at the break. We're going to get Woolies up here and come have a chat with us. I'd like to kind of pick his brain in regards to what events he's been playing. I'm going to go find him in the break. How's the action outside, Nick? I saw you were floating about there earlier, chatted to Nico.
Yeah, pretty cool, I must say. Marco has gone and built up an enormous stack in the field. You obviously won't see it all the time because of the fact that we're only showing the feature table and every now and then popping out to one of the outer tables. But he's, if the viewers remember from earlier on, I mean, he's down to something like 45,000. He's now probably sitting chip leader in this tournament, and getting back to the style of play. You want to see a character like that with a lot of chips in front of him because he's that VPIP right up there at the 35 to 40 range. He fires on all cylinders at all times. But yeah, crossing back to the action over here with Chris.
Yeah, so it looks like Adams made a 26k out of the gun +1. Lum wakes up with Ace King again on the hijack. Gareth just rips the lot. He's all in. Gareth just ships his 30 big blind stack.
I mean, if the graphics are right here, and Gareth is shipping with 30 big blinds, I mean, that's a pretty ballsy move, to be honest.
100%. I'm just pretty sure. I'm trying to figure out why Lum hasn't snapped him off yet. I don't think he's ever falling.
But again, it's the stack size. I mean, does Lum really want to go risk half of his, or like 40% of his stack here to try and catch Gareth? I mean, is there any point here?
I honestly, come on, Nick. If this was me and you, besides us knowing each other, I was an open 3-bet and you just 4-bet rip. I'm calling you and you calling me every day of the week. You know this. You know this.
I don't know. I think.
No way.
Sanity prevailed in a certain sense, I guess. I mean, we're fortunate. Obviously, we get to see the graphics here on this side. I'm talking in the situation scenario. Ace King is not a made hand,
100%. But again, and for the rebuttal of that against Gareth, the way the table dynamics have been playing, the way the hands been showing down, the dynamic is completely different in this instance. But yeah, no, well played nonetheless. I'll take it. I think it really sets the tone for what's to come.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those events where the hype is around the tournament, and let's not forget about the fact that in approximately what's that, 2.5 hours from now, we're gonna have the start to the 20-seat guaranteed main event satellite. I mean,
I think they're going to run out of space in the room, huh?
I mean, if people knew what that meant and really understand what that means, I would expect the whole of the Pretoria and Joburg poker community to come through here. It's a massive opportunity. If inevitably the field gets to 100 players or 120 players, you need to finish in the top 20 or 18% of the field. Or 16% of the field that gets to 120. I don't think they'll get to 120 personally. I hope they do. I hope they smash straight past it. I hope this entire venue's full. But I mean, if you part of that, you've got a 20% chance in a free roll to get into a main event seat. I mean,
yeah, absolute no-brainer. Like the value there is just absurd.
I mean, if you're in Cape Town, you could still jump on a last-minute plane and get through here. I mean, it's absolutely
Yeah, just
worth it.
take a one-way flight, and then see how things go. And if you do well, then extend your stay for a little bit.
Or pack a rucksack and walk all the way and hitchhike back to Cape Town. Either way,
Or the ultimate spin up.
I mean, to be fair, Chris, I hate to actually say this, but I did that the one weekend when I knew there was incredible satellites up here at Times Square. This was about a year. No, it was about a year and a half ago, or I can't even remember. It might have been 2 years ago, actually, come to think about it. And I just decided, you know what, I would love to play some poker. I'm not really in the financial position to jump into on a plane and fly all the way to Pretoria for a satellite, but I did it. I got in. I landed up cashing the events that I won the seats for, so it turned out to be a great option to get on that plane at the end of the day. Anyway.
Hold on, bud. I mean, I know you've done some odd things in your life, but that is the ultimate shot then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm guessing
give yourself a stance.
you're going to be doing it again, though, I heard. You're going to take it, do it again, or the Siamese going to be a little wiser?
I think I'm a little bit wiser past those days now. We've gone through what we need to do.
Well, a great experience nonetheless, huh?
Yeah, one of the greatest experiences to go and win a tournament, or at least cash a tournament where you've paid. I think that one I invested into the satellite probably about $2,500 and about $3,000 in cost for flights and accommodation for a couple of nights. So for all in all, in for 5.5, and I ended up cashing. I think it was 50 odd or 60 odd K. Great
Paid for itself.
Not very smart planning, not very good bankroll management.
Well, look, yeah, again, it all came full circle. You learned your lesson, you made some money from it, and you had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least you had a roof over your head, You weren't staying in someone's garden randomly.
I mean, I probably should have saved some money like that and just tried to sleep on a park bench somewhere. Oh man.
Yeah, that would have been very interesting though. But
on the commentary group there, sorry, on YouTube, just popping in with the comments there. Great commentary, gents. Get someone to check the sound audio though. It needs to be tweaked. Once the one commentator is soft, the other loud. Players' audio also not coming through. We are blissfully aware of that, and we do apologize to the viewers about that. It is currently, obviously, you guys are seeing these pictures now, currently 20 minutes behind time. After the break, you're going to be 30 minutes behind time, and it is a break now where they are planning on doing a full reset on the tech back of house. So we are working at this. Trust me, we're trying to get it ready for you guys. We want the best experience for our viewers out there. That's why we are here doing our job, so that we can create that immersive experience for everyone out there.
All right, so it looks like Gareth Khalil made it 32K. Adam ripped it in. Oh no, he's left 5,000 behind. Gareth, action. And he folds. He is all in, sorry. Yeah, that looks like it's the last hand.
Yeah, so that concludes the play for this session. This break is a 70-minute break, so we'll see our viewers in 70 minutes. Actually, correction, 80 minutes time from now. Enjoy your breaks, and we will see you later. Thanks for joining.